that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back and turn Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co.
All right, good morning and welcome in as we're up on time right about because we got Jacques Doucet right away. So not too much time for an intro this morning as Jacques is going to join us right here fresh at 8 a.m. to kick off the show. Talk a little LSU football, obviously spring practice number 4 on the Ponderosa yesterday. Lane met with the media after. JD was there. He was also at Will Wade's introductory press conference. So we'll make sure to get all those questions in. If you got anything to ask, super chat it in the chat so we can ask JD. Don't forget, our show is brought to you by FanDuel every single day. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app or go to the FanDuel website. We appreciate FanDuel as they bring you our show every day. It'll make this weekend with some Final Four basketball, men's and women's, as well as SEC baseball, a little bit more entertaining over with our friends at FanDuel. They bring you our show every single day. But we'll get straight to it this morning as we are joined by the best in the business, the sports director over there at WFB, Jacques Doucet. JD, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. I'm just getting going. I saw LSU won 16-6, and that's all I know on that. So
fair enough. Yep, they got the job done. They went down 6-1, and then bounced back, win 16-6, get it over in 7 innings.
Jay had to call in the weather police, and so he had to get the boys right. So we got our first rain delay of the LSU baseball season.
I text both John Eads and Kevin Baptiste around 9 o'clock last night when they were in the 4th inning, and I said, well, this is one thing I don't miss about covering LSU baseball is the long weather delays and at the park and, all that stuff. Best job in the world, but it's like, man, sometimes those games will keep you there a long, long time. But John quickly answered, well, not nearly as bad as last year. So
that's right.
True.
That's 100% right. But there were some good highlights for both the Jags and the Tigers last night. I'll get it started with kind of an overarching question. JD, over the last couple of months, we have been to a Lane Kiffin LSU introductory press conference and a Will Wade introductory press conference. How wild has the last handful of months been from an LSU athletic standpoint?
Hey, no, we're going to make history one way or the other. I'm going to be first coach fired twice at one school. It's since October the 25th, I guess, since Brian Kelly was fired on that Sunday, and then the governor blasts Scott Woodward, and then Scott Woodward gets pushed out in the middle of an LSU women's basketball game on a Thursday, and then Burge Osbury is introduced as the interim AD on a Friday morning at 8 a.m. on Halloween. And I think certainly you could do, I watched most of the Lamar Odom documentary last night. You could do documentaries on almost anything. And so I would think you could do one on what's happened at LSU since October 25th to now. It's been pretty amazing. I was just thinking to myself, I was in Sacramento, California, interacting with and covering Kent Mulkey this past weekend. I come in on Sunday night. I'm at a Will Wade getting reintroduced as the LSU head basketball coach, which is surreal. And then the next morning, I'm covering LSU football being led by Lane Kiffin in a Lane Kiffin press conference. So that's a great life for a local sportscaster and extremely interesting. So I think there's a lot of similarities between Will and Lane in terms of the portal, building rosters, kind of a relentless work ethic or investment into winning. And it'll be very interesting to see what happens with men's basketball moving forward. We'll find out when the portal opens what kind of roster they can build and who they're going to bring in, and how truly invested they are in men's basketball. Coach Wade said he wouldn't have come back if they weren't invested in men's basketball. And so I thought it was just kind of, a little interesting. They talk about alignment at LSU, and before they even sent out a press release that Matt McMahon was let go and
right.
all that, Will Wade's tweeting, "I'm going back to LSU." I don't even think to this day Matt McMahon got his own press release. They kind of put it like a what do they call those worms that your dog gets there? Heartworms. You know, you put the pill in the middle of the ground meat so they swallow it. You know, it's like they put the pill in the middle of the Will Wade's coming back. And oh by the way, we really thank Matt McMahon for his service, and and they did thank him at the introduction when they introduced Will Wade. They did thank Matt McMahon, but I thought that was that could have been done a little better. But it's big time college athletics. He's going to walk away with a lot of money, and he's going to coach somewhere else. There's no doubt about it. So that's just a few of my thoughts. But just crazy to see Will Wade back, leading men's basketball, hugging Kent Lowe again, knowing all of our names in the local media. It's pretty surreal.
And yeah, they absolutely did just kind of put Matt McMahon out to pasture. They shoved him out the back door while they were letting Will Wade in the front door. They're like, oh, he's got to go. This one's got to come in. Have you ever seen something like this? Because in my mind, it feels like this is unprecedented to have a coach that was fired not because of poor performance, but because of maybe poor performance off the court. And then the way that the world changes and college athletics change, it's like actually what he was doing was the way that it is now. And so there's no reason not to bring him back because he wants to be here. And now that that's no longer against the rules, it feels like you can just slide him right in and nobody's the wiser. Have you ever seen a coach come back in this situation? It feels like it's the only time it's ever happened.
Yeah, I can't think. I mean, we've batted it around. Certainly at LSU, I can't think of an LSU head coach that was fired and then brought back as a head coach again. Across the board in athletics, Bobby Petrino was fired at Arkansas. He was brought back as an assistant, and then he became an interim head coach, but he was not the permanent head coach, obviously. And then in the pros, people talk about Billy Martin bouncing back and forth from the Yankees as the manager. That's different, I think. People joke about Les Miles was fired and rehired on the same night against Texas A&M. In 2015. But yeah, I mean, Paul Dietzel left LSU way back when and then came back, but he was not pushed out on his own. He left on his own. So yeah, I think that is totally unprecedented, and certainly not much time has passed. Only 4 years have passed to come back. And to your point, I think a lot of people say what got Will Wade fired is completely legal now. That might be a little simplistic with it, but I think that's the feeling. I think that LSU had a good thing going with Will Wade in terms of making NCAA tournaments, getting good players, putting a lot of people in the arena, being relevant, being ranked in the top 25, not all the time, but a decent amount of the time, which is hard to do. I think there's 350 teams that play Division I college basketball, so to be in the top 25 is no easy task. So I think that when we sat down with Will 2 years ago at McNeese, he brought some things up, like Will used to use the term tiger time. Hey, we're going to get this done today, or are we working on tiger time? So I think he felt that things didn't move as quickly out there as they should have sometimes. I think that he often said that what was LSU's commitment to men's basketball, that they made it to a certain point, but to make it to a Final Four or, do something they've never done, which is playing a national championship game. I know they've got a banner hanging in there that says National Champions 1935. I don't think that, no disrespect to the 1935 team, but LSU's never won a national championship in basketball, really. And so to get to a championship game, what kind of investments are they going to make? And so forth. So, it was just real surreal to see him there. I think he's going to pump a lot of energy back in. Matt McMahon, obviously, won a lot of games at his previous stops. I don't think he's a bad basketball coach. I still wonder, did he ever really have a chance here? But being charismatic and all those kind of different things that Dale Brown did and Will Wade did, that's just not that's not the way he operates. And one of the guys I think he's bringing back, apparently, that there's been reports Johnny Jones is returning. That wasn't really Johnny Jones' thing either. Yeah, that's where we're at. You asked a question 5 minutes ago, and I just rambled, but those are some of my thoughts on it.
And I'll ask you before I ask some specifics with football, the decisions that have been made, the firings and the hirings, and ultimately the money spent over the last couple of months. What do you think big picture wise this says to the people in the state of Louisiana and kind of the country about LSU in Louisiana and where it currently stands.
Well, it definitely goes off. It goes against all the stereotypes.
Yeah.
It goes against. I mean, I guess the movie now is 1998. It's knocking on 30 years old, but The Waterboy, right? You watch The Waterboy, and we're Louisiana. We're in the swamps. We're poor. We can't speak. We don't have teeth. We're taking, airboats to school, and we're eating gator on a stick and all this stuff. And we're really kind of coming off like we're Los Angeles or Miami or Dallas or one of these big cities with all this money being thrown around towards college athletics. And the question keeps being asked, where is this coming from? And nobody really answers that. I've been told it's not from Todd Graves or Gordon McKernan. Yes, they're giving money, but to this massive extent. I mean, they're not putting up 20, 30, 40, $50 million, So I don't know if it's oil and gas money or oil and gas deals or what's going on, but we're a city of what do we have in the metro altogether? We got like 1 million people in this area, maybe 500,000 in the center of the city or thereabouts. So we're not a huge place. And I mean, I remember going all the way back to when an NBA team left Charlotte to come to New Orleans, the Hornets, and it was like, why are they doing that? There's no money there. They don't have any Fortune 500 companies. So, somebody higher up said that this is not sustainable, that the only schools that can sustain this are Texas and Texas A&M. You do have concerns about other sports getting slashed to pay for all this stuff. What's going to happen maybe one day to a sport like swimming and diving? What's going to happen to golf, men's and women's? Maybe some sports that don't get the pub. I hope they're all still there and they never go away. But these are at least questions that are being asked about all this. But we sure are putting a lot of importance in 18 to 22-year-olds winning games and making us feel good. Although LSU's a company, that's what it is. It's a big company. And I think Verge told us in the one-on-ones, losing is a lot more expensive than winning. So gotta win. And just think, I mean, LSU men's basketball, only one of two sports that makes money over there, still clearing $2.5 million despite going 3-15 in the SEC and having, just atrocious seasons. Just imagine if they could at least flip that or, win 10, 11 games in the SEC and put 10, 11, 12,000 people in the PMAC. You would think that obviously you'd make a lot more money.
No, 100%, 100%. Specifics on football. I know you were out there yesterday and you heard Lane Kiffin speak at his press conference. What were some of your takeaways from spring practice up to this point and listening to Lane Kiffin as he took the podium?
Well, he did. He was asked about Will Wade and gave a good answer. Said he didn't really know Will that well, but had met him a couple of days ago. Said he was real excited. I think he said that it speaks to the power of LSU that somebody, as Kiffin said, hello breakup, and then came back to LSU, speaks to the power of LSU and wanting to be here. I think he also, I asked him about the wide receiver room and all the guys that they got out of the portal. I think they took 10 wide receivers out of the portal. I think a large group of those guys averaged 15 yards per catch or more. I asked him about, the ability to throw the ball deep, stretch defenses with the wide receivers. I thought it was interesting the way he described it. And, you've got to cap the amount of money you want to spend on each position. And he said, look, we're not going to have a Michael Thomas type deal, right? We're not going to have a number 1 or number 2 wide receiver gobbling up all the money. We're going to spread it out and have a large amount of guys that we can send out for passes and catch the ball. And said that, when we've had success, we've had depth. We've had 4 to 6 wide receivers that can produce. And so that's what they're looking to do there. I think that he said he wants the offensive execution to get better, but you can't really expect that too much at this point with so many new players and coaches all being thrown together. And then it seems like, and Bonnett's opening state, or no, it was Kiffin's opening statement. Like he wants some feedback from us in terms of covering practices and what more do we want to see. So that's interesting, and I appreciate that he's being a little more open and maybe letting us watch and see a little more practices in the spring. I don't expect us to see a whole lot in early August moving forward, and that's fine once camp starts. So, and then when we go to practice, the way we're positioned and where we're allowed to stand, we're always around the running backs and the assistant coach, Kevin Smith, who coaches that group. So we've been up close and personal with that group, getting to watch him work with the veterans like Harlan Berry, Caden Durham, and some of the guys out of the portal. So those are just a few things that I picked up. I think he's getting more and more comfortable doing these press conferences. He doesn't know us, and we don't know him really for the most part yet. So I think we'll all get more comfortable and be a lot more comfortable by the end of the spring.
100%. And I thought it was funny, kind of the contrast between Monday at Will Wade's introductory press conference, where he was obviously, he knew everybody, he was very comfortable, and then kind of getting into Tuesday when Lane Kiffin takes the podium for the third or fourth time, and he's still kind of getting comfortable. It was very funny to me to kind of see the contrast between the two. And you bring up how similar they are, but how have you seen in some of their press conferences and their answers, like the understanding I think they've both shown of LSU and where they're at with their current job?
Well, it's not. I'm not being negative, but Lane, when he speaks, he doesn't really project.
Right.
He's a soft talker. Will, on the other hand, when I'm editing, if you look at the audio levels, I'm in the red.
In the red.
I got to bring that down. We're pegged. We're in the red big time with Will, and I appreciate that. And Kiffin really isn't a guy that talks that way, and sometimes he moves a little left to right, and he's not in front of the microphone. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a contrast between the two. But yeah, I think both speak that both. I think Will used the term on Monday. It's not the jockey, it's the horse. It's the horse, not the jockey. And I think obviously Kiffin understands that too. Kiffin can draw up the best offensive schemes in the world and come up with the best game plans. But if the players aren't there to execute it, you're going nowhere fast. Now, I do think that Kiffin has shown the propensity, and I think he talked about it yesterday, to there's some guys that maybe you've never heard of, or they don't have the big name recognition, or they went on, rivals.com as much as some other people, that maybe they get, maybe some guys that were 2 stars or 3 stars will pass up to 4 and 5 stars, and they'll maximize talent. And certainly we saw last year, Ole Miss and some of their players who put up big numbers were not the most highly recruited guys in the world and weren't the 5-star, got the Leonard Fournette discussion, so to speak. So I think that it's interesting. Like Will Wade knows how to schedule, for example. He knows how to put teams on the schedule that you look at them and you say, well, that's not a name brand, or that doesn't excite me. But then when the NCAA tournament rolls around and the brackets go up, LSU's got a lot stronger strength of schedule than I expected, because they played some of these teams that Wade knows will do well. And I think that, Kiffin's obviously not really in charge of his scheduling a whole lot, although he did say yesterday that he feels like LSU plays a 10-game SEC schedule with the 9 SEC teams and then having to play Clemson. But I think that, Kiffin, the way he builds his roster is very similar to Wade and finding players and maybe not being crazy about the rules, but these are the rules of engagement, and you get left behind if you don't, you don't be modern and adjust.
No, 100%. Well, JD, we appreciate you making some time for us. Obviously, busy time in Baton Rouge and around LSU. What all do y'all have going on over at WFB coming up soon?
Well, I've got longtime LSU assistant coach Bob Starkey coming in today for a one-on-one. We'll put a capper on the LSU women's basketball season. Obviously, about as gut-wrenching of a defeat as you can draw up. As that ball went around the rim, felt like 5 times before it dropped in Sacramento, California. I'm sure John will have a recap from the LSU Southern baseball game last night. I think Southern football is on the practice field today, spring football practice. And I look forward to also you guys doing your exclusive one-on-one interview with Tyler Daigle and Joseph Hebert for the great job they do contributing to media and covering stories in the Baton Rouge area. You know, Daigle and Hebert, or should I say Boudreaux and Thibodeau, seem to think that they operate by baseball rules in which they go 3 for 10 and go into the Hall of Fame. But what they don't realize is that if you make one of those mistakes and remove me from the equation, if you're Michael Caldwell, Chester Boucher, Reed Dorsey, Corey Diaz, it's on your tombstone. And they seem to think that it's spilled milk and you just wipe it off the table and brag about the 3 times that you are right, if you're right at all. So anyway, I'm not media police. I don't. I really hate it when media try to police other media, but these guys are not media. It's a Wizard of Oz situation where there's somebody behind a curtain who's created people and really caused a lot of problems, because Kim Mulkey in a press conference in which he's wrapping up her season in a pretty big situation is asked by a national reporter if she's retiring or not, based off of that was put out in the universe. So, it's just it's an interesting time when that kind of stuff happens. The Facebook stories that get posted, I don't even know how no one polices this stuff. That just blatant lies. People making posts that people have died that are still alive.
Right.
Garrett Nussmeier performed the national anthem at an NFL game. Kim Mulkey got in a shouting match with Whoopi Goldberg on The View. I mean, it's just ridiculous stuff that's getting posted, and people are falling for it. You know, they're great job, Garrett. You get him, Kim. You tell Whoopi. You know, it's like it didn't happen. You know, it's not true. So anyway, I just end with that. Thank you.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, it's an absolute mess, and I thought it was unbelievable that the question actually was brought up in the press conference after the loss, because I think it's been very much accepted by the LSU fan base and community that those are fake bot AI accounts, whatever you want to call them. But obviously, it can still fool a lot of others around. So definitely a good food for thought. Make sure everyone knows to ignore, block, or just disregard those pages and focus on real media like yourself, JD. We appreciate you making some time. We'll talk to you next week.
Well, yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, and it's not so much about the information. Mulkey can wake up tomorrow and decide she's going to retire, and they can say, "Look, we were right." You know, but
right.
At the same time, it's like, hey, why don't you post a video of yourself? You know, who are you? You know. So anyway, thanks for having me. You guys have a great day.
You too. So, there he is.
All right.
We can talk about that for hours.
Yeah, it's a mess. Like, because Buddy brought it up to me yesterday when I did his show with him, and he brought up and asked, and he was like, you and Lloyd and y'all show what's new, and y'all are learning and all the things, and I was like, yep. And he was like, what are your thoughts on people that would rather be first than right and all the things? I was like, look, me and Lloyd made the point early on in our media careers that we're not that worried about being first. we like to be entertaining. We like to maybe put out the best content, but I'm not Jacques Doucet. I'm not Wilson Alexander. I'm not worried about, and I'm not saying they are worried about being first. They just have
the information
to put out. I'm not in the breaking news business.
No, and there's obviously, you do this job long enough, you do hear things. And
of course. You build connections, you build relationships, you get information.
Right, and that you have to foster those things. Otherwise, you don't get that information. You can construct, timelines and storylines around it, but you don't just go, bah, and there it is. Like, and that, I wonder if, this could be, everybody has their own prerogative. Whoever is behind the curtain, like you said, Wizard of Oz is a great way to put it, because there's somebody running these accounts.
Somebody is.
I don't know if it's multiple people or if it's just one person, whatever it may be. I would imagine that was almost their coup de grace, where it's
a national reporter
asking
your question.
Yeah, your report of Kim Mulkey retiring, that is totally baseless, right?
Yeah.
And you get that out there, and you have enough. You've gotten one or two things right. Somebody does a very minimal vetting job of what your account is. Like, even the name should put up a red flag, and you get that question asked on the national scene. It's like, I did it. I thought, I got to pant somebody on national television.
Right.
And I guess if that's your end goal, because they're doing the thing that there's things that are talked about around LSU that people hear, and you usually wait to see or vet and get more information before you announce it. They're hearing one thing and running with it.
Right.
And sometimes you will be right. Sometimes you look like a fool, but it doesn't matter because it's not even a real thing.
But you're because that's the thing. They're not worried about truly
it's
reporting.
not a real person.
Right. They're worried about
breaking news
or just being
getting
in
the narrative.
Mix, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's the part. I think that pisses me off about it is where we're at, right? As a young media company, not only from a standpoint of the show being young, is it like we haven't even been doing this for a year, but also young, like life-wise, like in age. And you walk around and it's the social media fan podcast. We can get grouped in with that part because we're not part of the old guard. And that's the unfortunate part because I will say, to give credit to myself, Lloyd, Wyatt, our whole team, is that I went to school. Like, I went to journalism school. Like, I graduated with a degree in journalism. Now, I'm a podcast host. I'm not writing in The Advocate every day, but, I mean, I went to school for journalism. I mean, you
did learn how to do
what I mean?
some
like,
of these
Lloyd
things.
has a master's degree in all of that. Like, it's not – we are serious people, even though we're idiots.
Right.
But we don't want to be grouped in. Like, I want to make sure, we are not associated or brought – into that mix, because as much as we are entertainment and want to enjoy, and we are fans, we do respect the boundaries of this business and the rules that go along with being a part of the media.
Well, it's a beautiful time to be alive in the information age because
Right.
anybody can do this.
Anyone can do it.
And it's a blessing and a curse because, like you said, you can get lumped into these. Like, you get put in these buckets, right? And because of probably our style is a little bit different. It's not the old guard. It's not suit and tie. It's it's a little bumblefuck around a little bit. And we're like, oh, this is like the Chuckle Hut,
right?
Like, we have fun with it, but there's also times when there's stuff that comes up that we know, and like not everybody gets to go on the tarmac to see Will Wade. Like, we understand that there's opportunities that this can take you places if you do it the right way, but because of where social media is and the age of which we are, what we are,
right.
We're a new company, and if you get put into that bucket, it just kind of diminishes everything you've worked hard to kind of build. So it sucks that people want to do it that way, but I understand it. If you're 18 and you want to have fun, like that would be different. But if you're like 40 and doing this, I would feel
sorry for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like,
because you're kind of bringing everybody down in the mud with you.
Yeah, like just
don't ruin a good time.
Really, ultimately. And so we
Quit
appreciate
farting at the party.
We appreciate you guys and your support of us because it's been awesome. I think on Saturday, I think there were like 8 people through the day that came up to one of us, complimented the show, said it was nice to meet us, shook our hands, the whole thing. So it's been really, really cool over the last year, getting to grow this thing and have fun doing it with all of you. And so for the guys and the people that have been here since the start, it's been fun, and we appreciate you big time. Because like I said, yesterday, I said it on Buddy's show as well. I mean, we started this thing in June of 2025, and since then we've witnessed a baseball national championship, an LSU football coaching firing and hiring, and LSU basketball coaching firing and rehiring of an old coach. And it's been crazy. And you've seen LSU now hire 2 coaches that have a very, very good understanding of where they're at. And they've been able to hire someone that's not only qualified, but interested in what they're doing and invested in their job. And Will Wade and Lane Kiffin, they were eager to take the opportunity at LSU. They knew they wanted to be here in Baton Rouge, and they were the perfect fit. And their excitement about LSU made them stand out. And that fits exactly what one of our partners for this month of April is doing, and that's ZipRecruiter. So if you're hiring and you want a candidate, a lot like Lane Kiffin or Will Wade, who's passionate about their role, but you can't get that insight from a resume unless you post that job on ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/audio. You see it on the graphic right there in the lower third of the screen. If you're hiring and you want a candidate who's passionate about your role the way Will Wade is about LSU basketball, go to ZipRecruiter.com/audio and use ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology that finds qualified candidates quickly. And ZipRecruiter has a new feature that shows you the most interested qualified candidates first, so you can meet the right people faster. Candidates tell you in their own words why they're interested in your job, And there's no wonder why ZipRecruiter is the number one rated hiring site in the world. And so make sure you find candidates who really want your job on ZipRecruiter. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try for free at ZipRecruiter.com/audio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/audio. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. We appreciate them as they are supporting our show, making sure we can bring it to you guys live every single day. But like we said, it's been quite the week. We had a Will Wade press conference on Monday, Lane Kiffin press conference on Tuesday. We got Jacques getting the show rolling on time this morning, 8 a.m.
Rude.
Whenever I saw you send the text into me that it was going to be 8 a.m., I was like, oh, shoot. Because I'm ready, but I was like, we'll see how this all kind of shakes out and goes.
I saw 8 a.m. and I was like, wait. It's usually before the show starts. That's before the show.
Yeah.
And I was like, I should have maybe put my foot down.
You think?
Well, no. I was like, I'm gonna have to, and by put my foot down, I mean on the accelerator.
Right.
And then
You made it in
7:57.
before 8?
Yep, ready to rock.
I think
we got
Lloyd
straight
had
to
to
it.
adjust his mind because he sees 8 a.m. He's like, oh, 8:15.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was
That's not how Jacques operates.
Right, I don't want to be
JD,
rude.
That's not how. That's
8
not,
a.m. is 8 a.m.
That's not how people operate.
I guess that's true.
It's Lloyd.
Yeah, I guess that is true. The story yesterday of, I saw the game get moved back. I went and sat back down. I mean, that was absurd.
So yesterday, obviously, LSU baseball plays. Us 3 stooges had tickets to watch it together. Our beautiful team member, Poggi, is a member of the field crew. And so he's obviously very much in the know and what's going on around weather delays and such because he's got to pull that tarp out. And obviously 2 claps for Poggi and the field crew yesterday as they had to trot it out there 3 times, he said. Ready. They put the tarp out, they pull it back, they put it back out, they pull it back, and then they go in the 4th inning, they got to run it back out there. So great work by Poggi and them. But Lloyd shoots a text at, I guess, like around 5:45. I had just left to get on my way to Alec Box. Wyatt had stayed in Baton Rouge all day to get to Alec Box on time. And Lloyd says, yo, Poggi, what time's the game starting? Because Poggi said something about pulling the tarp out and the thing. And Poggi makes the rookie mistake of letting Lloyd know it's been pushed back to 7 and now 6:30. And so my hope was that, because I saw the game had been pushed back to 7. It had been posted on social media right around the same time by our guy John Eads. And so I saw it and I was like, okay, but this is going to work out fine because we're all going to get here at 6:30 because me and Wyatt are going to get there for a 6:30 game and Lloyd's going to get there at 6:30 as if it was a 6:30 game. Mm-hmm. But instead, he asked Poggi. Poggi makes the rookie mistake of letting Lloyd know it's been pushed back. And so Lloyd, who was getting up to get into the shower to get ready, sees the text, oh, it starts at 7.
Got another hour.
Sit back down, not take the shower, and pulled in at about 6:52.
Perfect.
Into the RV
just
parking
in time
lot.
for first pitch.
And then
we
get
missed
in there,
first pitch.
And he goes, did we see the first pitch or not? No, we missed the first pitch.
I saw it on my phone.
Yeah,
I
we were
heard
not-
it. Did y'all not hear it? Is that not exciting?
Of course it's exciting, but we should be walking
You wouldn't know.
into
You
the
want to be
stadium.
walking in you want to feel like as if you're coming into the game.
No.
You're walking into the batter's box. You're batting second.
I want to
though.
see them run from out of the.
Have you
dugout.
seen the national anthem yet this year? Like before a game?
Yeah, me and Christian saw
The
it
first
for
game?
game 1
Yeah.
when we weren't associated with Lloyd.
yeah.
Hey, guess what inning they got there in? Not the first.
When? Who?
Game one,
one.
you and Jonathan.
Oh, that was his fault.
Y'all missed like the first 2 or 3 innings.
It is impressive. And so that's why when I saw the text this morning, 8 a.m., I was like,
Never again.
it was fine with me.
Fine with me.
But when I saw it come through, I was like, okay, let me make sure everything is ready over here to get this thing rolling.
Yeah, put up.
And so we got it up and going, and we appreciate JD
I mean, Wyatt was late.
for making time.
No, how dare you? How dare you?
Man, stage.
I'm literally getting out the elevator as I got the text. And normally 8 a.m. is like, oh, I'm 10 minutes early.
Right.
Realistically. So I was like, okay, well, I'm good. How dare you, Sal?
Yeah.
But
we appreciate Poge keeping us updated last night, even
Pot
if it
meat
did
kettle.
even if it did make Lloyd maybe a little bit lazier around his arrival time. But Speaking of LSU baseball, they win 16-6. They came back from a 6-1 deficit. It would be nice if maybe they stopped doing that part where they go down in games and are losing 6-1 at the like literally the start of it's the second inning, and Southern just starts scratching runs across. But ultimately they come back, they win 16-6 and get out of there in 7 innings, finishing it off early. So it was good to see the Tigers. Now they've won 3 in a row after back-to-back over Kentucky over the weekend. They get it. They win over the Jags last night, and then we'll head to Knoxville to take on Tennessee this weekend. Hopefully, stay hot, keep this thing going, because I think it's starting to instill some confidence in some people. Obviously, last night was a home run party. Milam hits 2, Curiel a grand slam, Pearson turns on one, an absolute rocket into left field landing, and the Tigers use all of that to win 16-6. They were down, like I said, 6-1 early. They were down. They go down 3. They get 1 run back. They let Southern score another 3 in the top of the third. Then you have the Curiel grand slam to make it 6-5. And then ultimately they explode in the bottom of the 4th and 5th. 11 runs in those 2 innings to get to 16, and then blank some zeros on the board after that to win 16-6. Lloyd, your takeaways from last night as the Tigers run rule the Jaguars.
Baseball is such a funny game, isn't it?
It is.
Because you're down 6-1, and it's off of the way that you got there was 2 things that are, I guess, very baseball. You have Connor Bench come in and comes and gets into a bases loaded scenario, right, where he is like almost pitches his way out of it. He gets a number down the third base line that finds its way, becomes a hit, and then he does his job, right? He gets a fly ball to Stanfield, which is 10 out of 10 times you feel like you're out the inning. Mm-hmm. He, for the first time I think I've ever seen, doesn't make the play, and it's a bases clearing 3-run double,
right? And
you're like, whoa! And now it's 6-1 when it was 3-1, and Connor Bench had come in. LSU had worked through. Who started? Was it Ricken?
Newt.
It was Newt. Then Pog.
Yep.
Plog.
And then and then we were binging.
Yep.
And he gets you almost out of it, and it's 6-1. Then on the LSU offensive side, I think you draw a walk, get a hit, and then Jake Brown comes up and he flies out with like an opportunity to score some runs, whatever. Bases get loaded. Cerna pops one up. Oh, yeah, it was first and second. Cerna pops one up between first, second, and right field, right? That should have been an out. Instead, it drops harmlessly to the ground. Bases loaded. Who comes up? Curiel to hit a grand slam, and it's like, oh, you're right back in it. There's 4 runs. Mm-hmm. It's a 4-run swing off of 2 plays that should have been made, but they evened each other out, which is why this game is so funny. Then the LSU offense took off. It was crooked number after crooked number where if they're going to swing it like that, we've said this multiple times where you have to do one of 2 things, right? You either have to pitch the shit out of it or swing the shit out of it.
Yep.
They're starting to swing the shit out of it.
Yep, they're swinging it well.
They are hitting everybody 1 through 9 in the lineup, and we said a little bit yesterday, it might be more true than not. This thing might go as Dardar goes, or whoever that kind of 7th bat in the lineup is going to be, whether it be York or Dardar or Caraway or Braun. Like, it's just going to have to be one of those ancillary players that aren't one of your big 4, because Jake Brown's come back to earth,
right?
Which is not a bad thing. He's still a hell of a player, but he wasn't going to hit 400 and hit 30 homers.
Yeah.
And so you're starting to see water kind of find its level there. He hit the ball hard a ton last night.
Oh, I mean, it was a Sports Center top 10 play.
It's happened to him twice in 3 weeks. Twice in 3 weeks.
He crushes the ball to center, and the center fielder for Southern, and 2 claps to him. Ready. It was a heck of a play. I mean, he face plants into the wall to grab it and get the out. But I agree. I mean, I thought it was great to see them swing the bat the way that they did. Cerna continues to hit it well. Cerna, Dardar, and Pearson, I think, are the 3 names. Obviously, York in that mix as well. But those 3, the way they've started to swing it has been huge and taking some of the pressure off those other guys. Seeing Milam go yard twice was obviously nice to see. Curiel, who goes oppo for a homer over the weekend, and then this one poolside on a grand slam was also awesome to see. And so they're swinging it well. And really, what I'll give the credit to, kind of in addition to you say, I mean, they're swinging the hell out of the bat right now. But looking at the stats right now, they give up the 6 runs early, Newt, Plog, and Binge through an inning. And a third, 2/3 an inning, and then another inning. So through the first 3, they give up those. Well, for the next 4 innings of the game, they didn't allow a hit. Lockenmeyer, Ricken, Primo, and Paz give up 0 hits. They strike out 3. They did hit a couple of batters, and they walked a handful as well. But they didn't give up a run, and they didn't give up a hit. And that's huge. And what they were able to do once LSU's offense got going, they steadied the ship. They shut it down. They didn't allow a hit or a run, even with base runners on. I mean, they walked 3 guys, and they hit 3 batters. And so that's 6 free passes, which still is not great. Well, they got out of those situations, and they shut it down.
That's because old 13 behind the dish was having himself a night, that's maybe the best part. Just because of where we're basically in the dugout.
Yeah.
And so it felt like at some point we were on the team, and we started chirping a little bit with the umpire, which is always a good time. But he actually did. Fawn says in the chat, like he was squeezing him because it's easier to tell on television. Mm-hmm. But from where we were, it felt like Newt got squeezed a good deal early on, and then after the rain delay, he wanted to go home. Big 1-3 back there, so the zone expanded a little bit. But to see LSU kind of pitch around it, and because I want to ask y'all, is that to LSU's benefit or their detriment because of their style of offense, right? Where they want to see a lot of pitches, they want to walk, they want to put people on and have runners in scoring position with free passes and then hit the double, right? That's what he want. Put people on. Double, make the merry-go-round. But I mean, with that said, it also becomes that happens to you as well.
Right, and that's I guess my view on it would be with the way that they've pitched up to this point in the year, and you've seen some of the struggles where they have given free passes. What was it, 11 walks, game 1 against Vandy, those sorts of things. But I use that first game against Vandy as the example. Because it felt to me like the zone was quite inconsistent, and Kaysen was getting squeezed the whole deal. They walk 11, but they lose by a run on a walk-off because offensively that's who they are, right? That's what they want to be. Jay said it after the game last night. They want to walk and then get extra base hits. And so I would say it's somewhat to the advantage of LSU, more so than the detriment, because I do think when they have an understanding that's how the game's being played, they have guys that can attack
play
the
that
zone.
game.
Mm-hmm. And I thought that game 1 against Vanderbilt was, okay, this is how you're calling the game. Zach Cowan, go give me 3 1/3 because Zach Cowan attacks the zone, right? He uses that changeup, the fastball plays in the zone. He does a very good job at staying in the strike zone. And so you have pieces that can play that game. And then additionally to that, offensively, they that's just kind of how they thrive. They want to walk and get on base.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, anytime offensively you get a smaller zone, it's going to help, especially they're so patient at the plate. But I think on the mound, you see guys like Kaysen Evans, Maverick Rizzi, William Schmidt. Those guys do a great job of, they suffocate the zone, obviously, but they also do a great job of getting a lot of swing and miss stuff outside the zone, right? Like, I don't know the numbers, but I think they were leading the country in strikeouts up until a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I think even with a smaller zone, that's still going to hurt you. You're going to walk guys. But I think if any pitching staff was built to deal with that, I do think that would help LSU a little bit more than it would hurt it, just based on the way the team's constructed.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have your guy. Like, I think Sheeran does a good job at attacking the zone. Cowan, obviously, that's who he is. I think Guidry usually stays in the zone relatively well. You have your guys that go for the big swing and miss, like you said. But I think that and I think you saw it last night. It's to the benefit of LSU. They were able to draw walks, get on base, and
punish you.
Extra base hits. I mean, they crushed the baseball last night. Like the home runs they hit. When you see a homer, it's nice. None of those were cheap homers. I mean, they were crushed. The John Pearson one. We need to pull up the StatCast on some of these.
Was it
these
110
rockets.
off the bat?
I mean, it felt like a million off the bat just watching it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was absolutely turned on. It got out in a hurry. Like, the pitch is thrown, you blink, and the guy called it in the left field landing, or if it went over. I mean, they swung it extremely well. You got a triple from Dardar, and then obviously 1, 2, 4 home runs last night for the Tigers. And you just saw just how impressive it was when they can swing the bat at that rate. Cerna goes 3 for 4, Pearson 2 for 4, Milam 3 for 4, Dardar 2 for 3. All of those extremely, extremely good to see. And Derek Curiel got the magic moment. That one swing of the bat was huge. And that's the game, right? You get on base, and it takes one swing of the bat. LSU is down 6-1.
To Southern.
And a lot of times you look at that situation and you go,
what the fuck?
Yeesh. I mean, we got him out in a hurry. But to talk about the Curiel's one swing, that's all it takes sometimes. Lloyd kind of gave you the rundown. I pulled it up here to give you the play-by-play. LSU's down 6-1. Aaron Beatty draws a walk. Stanfield gets hit by the pitch. Brown fouls out. And then Cerna reaches on a fielding error. So a walk, hit by pitch, error. When you apply pressure, those are the things that happen. So that loads the bases, and then Curiel crushes a homer to right field, a grand slam, and right away, just like that, swinging the bat off of John Pearson's bat, and guess what? You're back in the ball game, right? And so when you apply pressure, and like Jay, that's who they are. Aaron Beatty walks, Stanfield hit by pitch, Cerna reaches on an error. Boom, extra base hit, scores you 4 runs, and you're right back in that ball game. It was very, very nice to see.
And another thing, I don't think this is breaking news, but Curiel is absolutely about to go on a tear.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, he has been steady, and that's how good of a baseball player he is. Even his baseline of not being, like, nuclear hot, he's still hitting, like, 325, and
right.
Tied for second on the team with doubles, and it hasn't been like I think people expected him to get out the gate and do what Jake Brown did, or it's like, oh, he's the best player in the country, and he's going to be a top,
oh, he's put on 20 pounds of weight. He's going to start crushing balls out all the time.
And it was very steady in what he was doing, like his approach, a lot of singles, and he was kind of feeling his way through it, striking out a little bit more than we're used to, especially early on. But he has found something where he has settled into, like, I guess, being more comfortable and not putting that pressure of early on in the season of living up to the hype and expectations and what he wants his career to be and where he wants to be drafted. And it felt like there was a lot of that early on. And now he's just playing baseball, and you can see the talent. He doesn't have to try to hit homers.
No,
like
the Oppo one over the weekend was the simplest swing in the world.
Because I mean, think about last year. Whenever he hit it, you'd be like, "Oh, that left."
Right.
Because his swing was.
And they were all wall scrapers too, for the most part.
But like he doesn't have to change his swing to hit homers. It's just he has natural pop. And now that he's gotten a little bit stronger, like you don't have to change anything. Those balls are going to carry. They're going to go.
Just do what you do.
Right. And I think he's settled into that where now because. The thing that makes me think this is whenever he tweeted out, like, this is a very, like, it may be a little bit on the nose from Curiel, but, like, a very baseball thing to do.
100%.
Be like, not the homer is the best swing of the year.
Not the Oppo swing.
No, the one to left center.
Yeah, it's the line drive over the shortstop. It's like, that's what I want to do. Yeah, that's very baseball. Like, work it the other way, hit it hard.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And so for him to be like, that's the feel I'm looking for, and, like, point it out, tells me that he is in a very good spot mentally and where his swing is right now.
Yeah,
and it's a huge time to do it.
Yes. Now, the other thing is, got a little inside info.
Shout out Monster.
Torpedo bat. Watch out now. 2 for 2 with the torpedo. 2 yabos.
3 for 3.
Then 3 for 3 shows you can do both.
Yep.
But from both sides of the plate,
which is very impressive.
Yeah.
No, I mean, and those balls were crushed as well. I mean that, and this is the time, right? Buddy asked me the question yesterday. He was like,
"You'll cover a lot of ground yesterday."
Did we ever? Shout out to Buddy. I mean, he is a treasure.
Oh yeah.
Like it was almost like it was like a really cool moment because I was like, I've been listening to Buddy's voice forever. I had to tell him that the other day. I was like, you understand? Like I've been hearing your voice since I was in the womb. Like your buddy Sanjay, your Manda Spicy Sausage. That's just who you are. And so we cover every base. And he asked me yesterday, he was like,
Buddy loves to talk.
Where it currently stands, is LSU going to Omaha or are they going to enjoy a nice steak and watch it or something like that? And I was like, look, I mean, if they're going to make the run to get to Omaha, a lot of things got to go right. Especially with Cooper Moore and the way there's like a lot of things in the hole that they've dug themselves into need to go right. If Derek Curiel goes on a tear and starts swinging it the way it seems like he's about to, at this point in the schedule, and you're able to get through probably two of the most raucous environments you're going to play in over these next 2 weekends, led by Jake Brown, who's just been elite from start to now in this baseball season. Curiel picks it up in Milam, starts like if those things start to happen, those are the things that I'm talking about. Where if you need things to go right to get in, that's what it is. You need your big three to be a big three, but in addition to that, York drawing walks right against Kentucky. He goes he gets walked 3 times and hits a single. Dardar hits 600 over the weekend, goes 2 for 3 last night with a triple. A triple right out of the box after the rain delay or lightning delay, whatever it was. And then you have John Pearson who hits another bomb. Like and Cerna, who's just been such a nice piece this season, the way he's been consistent. And shout out to Poach. Poach called it early on preseason. Omar's going to be big time. That was his hot take, was that Omar's going to work his way into the everyday lineup, and he's done that up to this point. If those things start to get rolling and you get to find some consistency, because that's where it currently stands right now, what I'm looking at is you're starting to find something. Pearson at third, Dardar at second, Cerna, Aaron Beatty just swapping out who's DHing, who's catching. And then your big three being a big three. If those things fall in line, you can make a run if you can get it going this weekend. This is a tough 4-week stretch to do it. You got 3 out of 4 on the road. But talent, we've said, has never been the issue. Like, that's never been the conversation. Well, they're not that talented. They just don't have the horses. No, that's not the deal. It was they're pressing, or they're not seeing it right, or they're making mistakes, they're bad defensively. It hasn't been the talent. I mean, they've done it more often than not where they just crush the ball out of the park and they score 15-plus runs. But we've also seen you lose 9-2 to Kentucky,
when it's not going great. That's
10-1 to Vanderbilt.
That's the one thing about this team is you need to see the shift in mentality, and I feel like you maybe saw that in some of these comeback efforts. It's certainly against Kentucky Sunday.
Game 3, yeah.
Right.
When you're down, and it really is a come to Jesus with where are you in the season? Look at where you are right now when it's 7-0 in the second inning, and you're going, we had to win the series. Like that was very well known. Like before we started this whole thing against Kentucky, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like, we have to take 2 of 3.
Right.
And so you go into Sunday going, got to go get one. And then you immediately are down 7-0. Like, boys, I said we have to go get one. And you saw them kind of standing 8 count, wake up and start throwing punches back for what feels like the first time. Like they've been down in baseball games. You saw it against Vanderbilt where they fought back and ultimately got a lead but gave it up.
Yep.
This was, and I think from what happened Saturday where you saw, and this is coaches coaching, you saw William Schmidt get talked to by another coach from the other team.
Yep.
And it lit a fire under Yetzke. He's like, that's my fucking player. I tell him what to do. You don't get to talk to him like that. I do. And he comes out the dugout, and you see everybody hop over the wall.
Right.
And then you see Sunday where Jay Johnson is getting in that ass. And you're like, okay, like he's showing you this is how we want to play.
Right.
Like we're not going to let Kentucky come in here and dog walk us. Like have some fucking pride for yourself.
Right.
Like stand up for yourself. They did. And you see that continuing to mount, and it makes a difference in how they're going to play. Play with a little fuck you. You're not going to come in here and just get a national championship.
Right.
I'm not going to hand it to you. Go get it. Play like you want one.
Yeah.
And I think you're starting to see a little bit of that.
Yeah.
No, I agree. It would be nice if they stopped having to have comeback wins.
I think they like it. I like the little tickle on them.
Yeah, but see, I would like it if it was like
Now we go.
You go down 4-2 and you got it down 5-2, but it's It's 6-1, and it's 7-0.
Boys, we can just take the lead early. We don't have you said 4-2. We don't have to go down. We could just lead the entire game.
It does work as well.
Yeah, I don't know what they're hearing from Jay. We don't have to go down early on.
Because this does tell that this is before the game last night. So this is just LSU, how they kind of work out with the scoring opportunities and when they go down, when they go up, and I think it's kind of a testament to what this baseball team is.
Big eighth inning team.
When they hit 2+ homers, they're 8-2. When the opponent doesn't hit any homers, they're 11-5. When they make 2+ errors, they're 5-5. When they make just one error, they're 9-2. So they just make one error. When the opposing team makes 2+ errors, 12-3. They're 16-2 when they get. When they do out-hit the opponent. Yeah, that makes more sense. I read that one backwards. I was about to say.
I read it the same way.
I was about to say, whoa, that is. But I mean, you see it.
My thing is looking at the 5+ run games. When you're scoring, if you want to get into a slugfest, LSU's 13-3.
13, and then, I mean, you see when LSU scores 6+ runs, they're 15-3.
Right. Mm-hmm. So and look after 6 when you're leading. That there's one game on there that obviously got them because there's just one. But after 6, if LSU's up, they can put this thing to bed because they have the people to be able to do it. Mm-hmm. And so, this is what tells me a lot of where they are in a baseball game. You start to see what LSU is, and the numbers don't lie to you. If they get into a slugfest, LSU feels like they can hit with anybody, and then if they're able to get a lead by the 6th, because look at what they do in the 8th.
Right.
They wear you out, wear you down, and then at some point they're going to pounce. And then they have the back end stuff to be able to shut it down with Sheeran, Guidry, whoever they want to put back there. And it feels like they kind of slam the door on you and start wearing you down offensively, where if you miss, we're going to punish it.
Yeah, I mean, the 8th inning, 54 runs that's
awesome.
Absurd. Nuts. 54-12 outscoring. If they could just iron out those first three innings, really, and come out maybe a little bit stronger, I mean, it's pretty simple. So it's good to see those numbers.
I like to see the 2+ home run numbers. When you hit 2+ home runs, you're 8-2. Because I think, going back to your point earlier, Lloyd, you have to hit the shit out of it or pitch the shit out of it. I think you can simplify that further. Just speaking to the offensive side of the game, you've either got to get a ton of base runners on, get a bunch of hits, walks, hit by pitches, or you have to hit a ton of fucking home runs. Yeah. And I don't know that this offense is going to hit a ton of home runs, but last night was a step in the right direction.
Right.
Sunday was a step in the right direction. If guys like Dardar, Milam, Pearson, Curiel, Jake Brown's obviously going to do his thing, can start hitting the long ball. Last night they had 13 hits, which it's a lot of hits, but for a 16-run game, that's not a ton, right? It was a ton of the fucking long ball. You're hitting in situationally big spots. You're driving in grand slam, 3-run home run, 2-run home run. Those are absolutely massive for this offense. So if they can get the home run swing going, especially you're going to that Little League ballpark this weekend, that's going to be absolutely massive.
Yeah, no, I mean, if there's a weekend for the ball to travel and for you to continue crushing the way you saw last night, you're in a little rinky-dink park this weekend.
And Tennessee, they're 3-6 in the SEC.
Just got swept.
So is Ole Miss.
Yep.
And so, yes, these are going to be raucous environments. They're not bad baseball teams by any means, but these are not top 5, top 10, big-time teams that are going to suffocate you. You have every opportunity to go in and win both of these next 2 series.
Yep.
And I saw a stat the other day, 16 teams in the SEC, 10 of them have been swept already.
Yeah.
LSU's not one of the teams in that number, and they're still in the bottom half standings-wise. So that has kept you afloat. If you can just go and win some series, you're not in the worst position, even though it's been, I would say, a disappointing first, 3 weeks through SEC play.
No, and I say, when I was talking to Buddy yesterday, because he asked me the question straight up, and I said a lot of things have to go right for them to be able to make a run like that. Where it currently stands, I don't see that happening because a lot of things got to go right, and it's difficult during a baseball season in the SEC for all those things to fall in line. this team up to this point, as good as the last 3 games we've seen, haven't looked like an Omaha-type baseball team.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a ceiling and a floor. They haven't hit the ceiling yet.
And
I hope they've hit the floor.
Right.
In some of the time, I hope there's not more depths to reach from some of the rough patches they've gone through.
No, it felt like the lows have been pretty
You've seen them. You've seen them, right? And so, but it would be nice if they can get this thing going, find their stride, and roll on through and find some ways to, like Wyatt said, win some of these weekend series, and then see what happens, right? Like, really, I mean, top-end talent-wise, you have it. You have a top 10 pick in Derek Curiel. You have a guy in Jake Brown who's
first-round pick.
I mean, might be the best college baseball player on the planet at multiple points this season. And you're starting to find some of these other, defensively. I thought the double play, from Dardar to Milam to York yesterday was great. And obviously Milam defensively elite. Your outfield is elite. I know the Stanfield drop was mind-boggling. That will never happen again. Like, I mean, that's just one of those ones where it's like,
that's not happening.
It's just. I mean, you got lucky that it happened this time. Poggi was standing right there. They're preparing to pull the tarp out, and he had an angle out, and he was like, "I don't even know how it happened." I was like, "I don't think Stanley did either." Like,
no,
it just happened.
Oops.
But
and you got, if you're gonna get 10 hits from not your big 3, you have Cerna with 3, Pearson with 2, Milam with 3, Dardar with 2. If you get that, you're gonna win.
Yeah.
If you
absolutely
10 of your 13 hits were from guys that quote unquote aren't in your what you expect to perform. Like, that's what I would consider like the lanyard, but you need it.
Right.
It doesn't have to be 10; it can be 6.
Well, it can't all fall on the plate of Curiel, Milam.
We
and
know
Brown.
what that looks like.
Right.
We saw 2024. Can't win.
Sprinkle a little bit something behind it, and that's what I think Cerna's been so nice this year in the way he's stepped in. There seem to be finding something lineup-wise in the way they've structured that, where they've dropped Milam a little bit. Cerna's gone up in the lineup. I mean, he keeps just getting on base.
Yeah.
I mean, he stepped up after Stanley gets on, Brown hits into a double play, and then Cerna rips a base hit through the middle of the infield. I mean, it was hit hard. Like, He's really impressed me up to this point in the year. But then Dardar, York, Pearson. Like, Pearson at third base has been very nice. I know he didn't make that last play that kind of ripped through under the glove on the
late throw
left
to
field
first
line, but
you're gonna give some of that up.
But he made up for it with a homer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the balance of the whole thing, right? Cerna, you might drop a third strike and they end up safe at first, but then you're gonna hit a 2 RBI double, and that's gonna make up for that situation. So it's been nice to see, and you hope to continue to see them keep this thing rolling this weekend.
I would want to ask you guys. Jay obviously loves to. I won't say the word, but he loves to. He's very analytically driven with the matchups, lefty versus righty, righty versus lefty. It feels like the lineup is starting to come together, and you feel like you've found kind of your 9, maybe 10 guys. Do you think there's any credence to, even if there's a better matchup that Jay likes, let those guys stick it out in the lineup, kind of let them play? They're confident. Seth's playing well, Milam, all those guys, as opposed to maybe switching it up for what Jay wants to do with the matchups?
Yes, I think because he talked about this with Pearson, where it was a situation where normally he said, I would pinch hit here. But he goes, I look at the player and the person, and he's like, and he's a Pearson. Like, I want him up in those, I want those people up in those situations. Like, I look at the player instead of the numbers. Like, you have to have some of that managerial, old school, feel it in my gut. Like, keep Pearson out there. And instead of nope, give me Caraway. It's there's a fine line to walk that I think he has done a good job of, consistently, because he does make people that aren't really paying attention, it does make them scratch their head as to why he's doing what he's doing, but there's a reason for it. He's not just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. But now it's far enough into the year that you can tell, no, I want him, I'd rather him up no matter what.
Yeah.
And so he's starting to get that feel for this lineup, this team, and that's when they become dangerous, because it is a thing in baseball. And we talked about this whenever he started to do these things that you weren't really used to, because we had just started mic'd up whenever Jay was announced as the head coach. It was our first year. Like, we all did it together. Mm-hmm. And they were so used to Paul Maneri and how he had run things. They both played for him. We're like, this is a little bit different than what we're used to. And it took even them a while to be like, what is he doing? Because they were like, it's so hard to get into a rhythm as a baseball player if you don't know if you're in the lineup every day or not.
Right.
And it's like, what do I have to do to know? Because he was doing a lot of mix and match, plug and play, and every day the lineup was different. And this is early on. And they're like, it's impossible to get in a rhythm that way. And it's like, well, that's how y'all feel. Because it is true to a point, but also you have to see what he's doing. You're not, like, he's eventually became, well, we're not in the meetings. We don't know what he's telling them. And then it became, look, I'm setting you up for success. This is the situation I want you in. Whenever it becomes this, get ready to play. Everybody got on the same page, and it took, a year for it to get to, okay, that's how you build a national championship team. You can do it this way, where you have Game 3 of the College World Series, winner take all, Cade Beloso lead off. And it's like, okay, yeah, I know why you're doing this. We're going up against a guy that is electrical on the mound, but he doesn't throw a lot of strikes. Let's start off with a leadoff walk.
Yeah.
Did that. And now you're putting pressure on them immediately, and you put up, 18 runs, and you get to go home in the third and be like, we're national champs.
And that's just part of learning the way he structures his teams, the way when you watch closely,
his
you can start to
style.
feel, and so you see him do something on the lineup. You're like, yeah, I know why that's happening, and it's just you get it and you understand it, and if he can keep doing that, that's what gives you the trust in what he can do moving forward.
Because he's won too.
Right, of course. And you've seen him do it when they've won. Like, it's not just like they start the year, game number 1, you go, yeah, that team's going to win the national championship. Like, let's not forget, 2023, there were some moments where you were like, are they going to squander this talent and it not work out? I mean, what, did they lose 2 out of 3 Mississippi State, was it?
Yeah,
Did they?
Auburn and Mississippi State back-to-back.
Right, that was a rough stretch. They
blew
lose
a 9-run lead to Mississippi State on Sunday.
And then they lose to Wake Forest in the first game in Omaha, or the second game in Omaha, where they have to go out of the losers bracket and beat them twice. Like, I mean, that was one of the best collections of talent you've ever seen on a baseball field, and you still had to do a lot of things right.
That was nearly improbable.
And and you did it. And last season, right, there were some rough stretches of the year. You got swept by Auburn. You dropped the first game to South Carolina. You look piss poor against Ole Miss in the SEC tournament, and it's all, oh no, what's going on? You lose to Little Rock in the regional, and it looks like you're cooked.
And you're down 5-1 to Arkansas Little Rock again, and it's like it's all going to end right here.
Then you win that. You come back and win that game. You don't lose again. You hoist the trophy. I mean, it takes a lot in baseball, and it's going to be fun to watch over the next couple of weeks, because this is the time to get this thing going. You don't really have any more feel-it-out time. Like, that's where the confidence resides, because it feels like they've kind of, like Jay's gotten the feel-it-out thing done, and he kind of knows where it's at. But you won't really know that until you look at what goes on the diamond this weekend in Knoxville and into next week.
Does it still have the same juice without Vitello? It feels like Tennessee has lost a little bit of its.
No, I was listening.
You took the mask off the superhero.
I saw some.
It's just a man, just a boy.
Clips from a Tennessee podcast, and they were like,
"Oh, but you have to feel like a dog that's lost its tail."
Yeah, I mean,
you got neutered.
They're like, I mean, we had it, and now we don't.
Like, and it feels like they don't really care.
Well, they it's
like, oh, we don't have Vitello. Like, if LSU lost Jay, it would feel the next year would be like, kind of lost our identity. But LSU has its own
But LSU
brand.
baseball's its own thing.
Right.
It's what LSU basketball was when Will Wade was gone.
Yeah.
It was that was our thing.
Yeah.
We don't have that anymore. We don't. LSU doesn't recruit itself in basketball. Tennessee doesn't recruit itself in baseball. Vitello did. Now he's not there.
It's like the LSU baseball is like the Grateful Dead.
Right.
Like, you can lose members of the band, but they're the Grateful Dead. Like, people are going to go see it no matter what. Then you insert, you lost Jerry Garcia, like Skip Bertman. Oh, here comes John Mayer. You're like, oh, this is pretty fucking cool too. Like, Tennessee doesn't have that.
No, it's not. You're not a classic.
They lost.
You're a one-hit wonder.
They lost their lead singer. It's like, well, this band's no good.
And so unless you can get him back,
right?
Which luckily for LSU basketball, they were able to pull
off. Reunion.
Unless Tennessee can do that, it's like you're going to keep swinging until you hopefully find something that works. So it'll be interesting. I haven't watched a lot of Tennessee this year because it's lost its allure. Like, it's not. I'll give them credit. They've been entertaining to watch as much as I
despise
loathe the way they disrespect the sport of baseball.
Yep.
They were entertaining to watch. I mean, they had pitchers throwing 105 miles per hour. They've got Liam Doyle flexing and screaming to the crowd when he's coming off the mound, the whole thing.
Buddy, it's 8-2.
And
get in the box.
And so, like, it can create high energy for baseball, but at the same time, it's not really a sport, you know? And so we'll see this weekend, LSU versus Tennessee in Knoxville. Don't forget, every single day, we're brought to you by our friends over at AJ Sports Cards. AJ Sports Cards, located on Drusilla Lane, 3348 Drusilla Lane to be exact. We appreciate them supporting our show since day number one. And if you appreciate being able to watch our show free of charge every single morning from whenever to whenever, 8-ish to 10, 11, 12, you never know, and all of the watch parties and extra things we do, make sure they know how much you appreciate what they do for us, because they're the reason why we're able to bring you our show every single morning. AJ Sports Cards, at AJ Sports Cards 225BR on Instagram, AJ Sports Cards on Facebook. They've got an event in 1 month and 1 day. Today's April 1st. Happy April Fools. No jokes for you today. No pranks. If you have any that you end up pulling, let us know. But May 2nd at Elite Football Academy, AJ Sports Cards hosting an awesome event. We went to the last one. We'll swing by this one as well. So you might not only be able to check out the awesome array of cards and packs and boxes and merchandise they have there, you might run into us as well. So make sure Elite Football Academy, May 2nd, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., brought to you by AJ Sports Cards. We appreciate them. We will take a quick break here as we've rolled into hour number 2 on this Wednesday morning and come back with more Tingle & Co. right after this.
Wardos was created in honor of Alan Ward Branning III, fondly known by family and friends as Wardo. In 2019, the oldest brother of the tribe passed away unexpectedly. His remaining siblings and loved ones wanted to honor his memory in a special way. In 2022, Ward's family decided to combine the need for a sandwich shop in downtown Natchez with a desire to pay tribute to Ward's love of good friends, good times, and great food. Through blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours of hard work, Wardo's was born. So go visit Wardo's today at 309 North Broadway Street in Natchez, where the po' boys are so good, you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
Hey, Miss Lou, come visit us, Tom and Wright Granning at Go Martin on the Go Deli.
Go Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need.
Located at the corner of Highland Boulevard and Highway 61 South in Natchez.
Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff,
where everyone is family.
When it comes to your home, the roof over your head matters. At CAS Roofing, we don't just install shingles, we build peace of mind. With years of experience and a commitment to craftsmanship, our team shows up on time, gets the job done right, and treats every project like it's our own home. Whether it's repair, a replacement, or storm damage that caught you off guard, CAS Roofing is ready. We're local, we're dependable, and we stand behind every nail, every shingle, and every promise we make. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about roofing, it's about protecting what matters most. CAS Roofing, built on trust, backed by quality.
All right, welcome back
Did you
here
get
as we are
anything right?
live on this Wednesday morning. We appreciate you as we kick off hour number 2 this morning. LSU had football practice yesterday, and Christian went out there and then didn't come into the show this morning because that's how we do it here at Tingle & Co. When you are the only eyes at the Ponderosa, sleep in the next morning so you can't give any of your insight. Also, funny enough, I called Christian after practice yesterday. I was like, what stood out to you? He goes, I just hate the playlist. It's like, Christian, that's not what I'm asking about. I had to find out Trey Green was in a black jersey from Twitter because Christian was worried about the music. But I will give him his credit, not just bash him. He did a good job getting videos of the defensive line like we asked. He got videos of the 11-on-11 segments. And if you saw it on our YouTube as I posted it yesterday, he did a very good job getting that content out for all of you guys so you can go check it out. If you didn't see it, go watch it. He did a great job there. He did have the numbers confused. He didn't have a roster sheet. He tells me on the phone, Levitt was moving around great in 11-on-11. I was like, whoa, Levitt did 11-on-11? That's not supposed to happen. He was like, I tell you what, he did scramble twice. I turned on the film, it's like, Christian, Levitt isn't number 11. That's Landon Clark. Now, I will say, Landon Clark did look really good in the 11-on-11.
There we
He
go.
scrambled twice, had a design run. One of them, if you watch the clip, I mean, he tucks it, takes off, makes a move. Like, Juke's one of the guys, and he probably would have scored had it been a game. But instead, they were just, it's 11-on-11, their tempo, trying to get back down on the ball. But it was good to see some of the highlights from practice yesterday. There were no answers on what the black jersey meant that Trey was wearing because obviously offense is in a white jersey, defense is in a purple jersey, quarterback's back to the gold jersey. 2 claps. Ready. They got away from the red, back to the gold quarterback jerseys, which I love. But Trey was in a black jersey. There was no clarification on why that was. But Christian did a good job. Got a real good look at the defensive line yesterday like we asked for. We talked about Stafilian Green. He's out there for his first practice yesterday working. And the clip I put out on our Twitter of the defensive line or defensive tackle group working, they've got some tanks in that room. Like when I'd say looks the part, I mean they look the part. Going from, I think it was Blockton and Green up first, and they're on the sled, and they look massive. Here's Landon Clark in the first team offense yesterday. Here he is, rolls out right, makes a throw there, incomplete. But I mean, you can see the first team groups here. There's Deshaun Spears, Cooley, Ty Benefield back there as well. You see big Deuce Gerald's 99 there on the line.
How does he not notice Trey is just not practicing?
He didn't pick up on it. There's number 1. That's Jace Brown, Kansas State transfer, who's looked really good in his time out there as well. You see there, Uman Miel, number 1 on the right side. Daughtery rushing the quarterback here. And here is Landon Clark making something happen with his legs. Makes a move. Moving well. Moving extremely well. I've been impressed with him up to this point. Now you can see the defensive line groups work here. See big Deuce Gerald's, Richard Anderson. There's Big Rich right there, number 94. Stafilian Green out there. He's number 90. Not to be confused with Grant Chadwick, also number 90. That is a punter and a defensive tackle, both in that number.
I don't think you'll get them confused.
I was just making, just want to make sure, clarify. You never know.
He's 90?
Who?
Stafilian Green.
Yes, number 90. Number 91 is Trenton Henderson. I'm starting to lock in the numbers in my brain. But the first team defensive tackle group yesterday was Gerald's and Don McKinley, which was good to see because we said it yesterday morning. They've been just rotating 3, Blockton, Gerald's, and Anderson, and then you see Don McKinley get in the mix yesterday. Big 96. Here's some open field tackling. There's Ty Benefield, number 2.
Whoa, put him on offense.
Yeah, I mean, that looked pretty good. TaMarcus Cooley, 0. See what you can do.
Yeah, this is just fun for the defense.
Yeah, I mean, they get to be offensive players for a second. P.J. Woodland. There's Keelan Moses, 32. Devon Keys with the football. So you see the guys working here, the defense. I'm excited. This group, I think, and it was interesting listening to Lane talk about it yesterday. He was asked about the defense specifically, and I've talked to a lot of people when you discuss the expectations for 2026, people start with the defense. Like, it's a Lane Kiffin run program, and when you ask about expectations, they go, well, the defense, right? That's the impressive part, and that is, and Lane talked about it yesterday, that's where it's at. That's why it was so important to bring Blake Baker back, because it makes the timeline look completely different, because you're not having to rebuild that side of the ball. There's continuity. There's bodies that stay there. There's all those things. I think I included the clip in the document. I think Corey Diaz put it out on his Twitter. Lane talking about defense. It says Lane Kiffin on LSU defense in the document. And you can hear him talk about Blake Baker and what he wants from that side of the football, what his expectations are on that side of the football, and the effect that can have on the team in 2026 and their expectations.
So, obviously playing LSU every year like we did in the previous place, you got to watch the transformation defensively when it got here and how that worked and how much they improved each season. And so, I was very pleased that we were able to keep them. That really helps with player transition. If you start over on both sides, it's like you're creating an expansion team nowadays. Because you have to basically scratch everything from scratch. And the majority of the players leave the place. And so, it was really critical to keep him because he has done a great job continuing to improve them. And now we want to go to another level and play really physical, dominant defense. It creates a lot of havoc and turnovers, and at the same time plays with great discipline. So I've been here before, a number of times, and so that's a big, big goal, to get that back.
There's Lane Kiffin talking about Blake Baker, the LSU defense. Look, I like the analogy he makes. He said if you're having a restart on offense and defense, it's like an expansion team. Because ultimately, I think back to whenever I was playing 2K when I was in high school, and you could, when in one of the games, I think it was 2K20 or 2K21, you could add an expansion team and be the general manager of it. And so I would add an expansion team. I'd bring the Supersonics back or something, and you let teams keep 8 of their players, and then you do an expansion draft. And so you can draft from what's left over from those rosters, the 8 guys that they outside of the 8 guys they chose. That's kind of, and then so you build a team of other people's extras, I guess you could say. It's different in professional sports, but to his analogy, if you were to restart on both sides of the ball, you would be an expansion team because you would have been taking players from all these different places, trying to plug them into all these different spots, and it would set back the timeline. Because he talked about it a little bit in the presser yesterday, talking about the offense, was building the connection between quarterback and receiver and all of those things, because on offense, they are an expansion team. It's all new people from all different places. Defensively, you're not that. You've got guys that started at the spot last year. You've got people that are running it back. You've got Whit Weeks and Tamarcus Cooley, DJ Pickett, PJ Woodland, Devon Keys, Dom McKinley. You've got all these guys that were here and are still here. And so it allows that transition to be much, much easier. And with that, it accelerates the timeline more so than not. And so I appreciated the analogy to the expansion teams. And Nasty Nate, I will clarify, I was not in high school in 2021. That was I graduated in 2020. So, don't want to make you feel too old. Not that young. But I appreciate Lane Kiffin's comments on Blake Baker. And like I said, that was the biggest move of the offseason, and I think it stands true to this point, and I think it'll continue to be true throughout the season. The biggest move of the offseason for Lane Kiffin was keeping Blake Baker in Baton Rouge, more so than any player any of those things. Keeping Blake Baker here and the continuity on that side of the football, and pieces like Spears, Pickett, Woodland, Cooley, Weeks, McKinley, keeping those guys in tow. Relaford before the injury, very unfortunate. Keeping that where Devon Keys, keeping that where it's at, huge.
You can put Blake Baker in the retention bucket. When you talk about DJ Pickett, Trados Green,
Harlan
Berry, Caden Durham, Whit Weeks could have easily gone, and Whit Weeks said he stayed because Blake Baker stayed. Mm-hmm. And so having Blake Baker be able to be retained and stay on staff, not only because the way that Lane phrased it, it did seem like it would have been a total reset on both sides of the football. I don't think the expectations would have changed just because of hiring Lane Kiffin. I think that it became this, obviously, the way that it went down. And then you see Trinidad Chambliss go up and say, I mean, I give credit to Billy Glasscock and not so much to Lane Kiffin. Sure, he's at LSU too. Doesn't matter. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Either way. But I think that LSU would have still had a lot of expectations going into the year, 2026?
Right.
Just because you got Lane Kiffin. But now if you have the LSU defense, which you saw last year, be very close to elite, there were definitely times when they were elite.
Yeah.
And you get to see the direction that he's going with the LSU defense in him from being able to run it back with a lot of pieces returning. That LSU defense could be the strength of this football team.
I think it will, especially early on. It will be like you buy yourself time for the offense. On a Lane Kiffin run program and team, your offense will be elite. Mm-hmm. Will it be elite Clemson week 1? I don't know. There's a lot of things that got to go right. Levitt's not even in 11 on 11 right now. That's your starting quarterback. Mm-hmm. Now, luckily, he's out there throwing. He's building the connection. But I think you've heard plenty of the reports from yesterday and from what I've heard, I mean, and seen some of the other practices, they are still kind of – the timing's off. The connection quarterback to receiver is still being built.
Oh, I mean, Lane talked about it yesterday where he was like, look, the offense is going to take some time to be able to –
not years.
That was the funny part. It's like, look, I know I'm talking to LSU fans in Louisiana. Not going to take years. It'll take time and weeks to get ready for the season because he does know that we're not the most patient bunch, especially when it comes to offense and what we just had to witness.
What we lived through.
Right. Where – Wait, if you just put up more than 24 in one game, you've already done
more than last season.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's where the defense being where it's at is paramount.
Give Lane Kiffin 5 interceptions and see what happens.
Not just that, it gives you time to work through some of the thing. Maybe you're not going to be a 31-point team week 1. Mm-hmm. But if you can hold the other team to 10, you don't have to be. And you can kind of figure that out. And I think that was where some confidence lied last year was, hey, the defense is giving them time to work through some of the things for Nuss and Brown and all those people offensively. Ultimately, the injury and that never came to fruition. But I think this year will be very much different as it will give them time.
Yeah, speaking on Baker, I think I had this conversation the other day. I think the moment they decided to go all in on year 1 was the moment they retained Blake Baker. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think they go as crazy in the portal as they did if they have to, like Lane said, fully rebuild the defense. Because Lane came in knowing what was going to have to happen offensively is something we've really never seen in college football, a rebuild on one side of the football as big as it is. He's obviously got confidence in himself and his staff to be able to figure that out. But if you have to do that on the defensive side of the football too, I think he's happy to say, maybe not punt year 1, but I don't think he goes out and spends – exactly. I don't think he goes out and spends an extra $3 to $6 million on Jordan Seaton to end the portal to cap it off at right around like $40 million, because we had talked 25, 30 mil for the first roster. And then you get to that 40 number. I think Blake Baker staying was a massive part of that. I think if he goes and takes that Tulane job – and you now have to rebuild that defense as well, you're nowhere near. I disagree with you, Lloyd. Like, I think the expectations are a little bit lower on this first season if Blake Baker's not here.
Yeah. And what I also think, the freshman class, we talked about the defensive line room. You saw it in the video Lloyd had pulled up. Closing on Richard Anderson, Deuce Gerald's, Lamar Brown, Trenton Henderson, Blake Baker being back is a big part of why you were able to do that. Mm-hmm. Because their defensive coordinator, the guy that's been recruiting them as DC, is still here. Kevin Peoples still here, right? Like all of those pieces stayed in the position they were in, and so it wasn't that big change, and they were able to stick around. Because I think from a talent standpoint on that defensive front, it's loaded. Like, I mean, Lloyd had the video pulled up. You can see how physically impressive that group is and that they look the part. Deuce Gerald's, I'll pull up his measurables right now because whatever it says, he looks I have a feeling he looks bigger than what the measurables say. I mean, he is listed at 6 foot 279. He doesn't look like a little 6 foot defensive tackle. I mean, he's put together. He's stout, strong, right? You have Richard Anderson, who sits at 6'3", 339. He's a monster, right? Stephilian Green is 6'3", 296. You see all these pieces they've added and brought in. Achilles Woods, the transfer from South Alabama, 6'3", 292. That's where this team separates themselves, and that's where we talked about it a good bit yesterday. I mean, look at this group, right? There's Blockton and Green right there. And then you see this second group go. There's Dom and Deuce Gerald's, 99, 96. Boom, Achilles Woods and Shone Washington. And you see big 94 right here, right in front of us, Richard Anderson. I mean, this is a stout group. They're impressive looking, and I'm excited to see just how good they are. And also excited to see how much those freshmen play.
Even that.
We talked about it yesterday. I mean, those freshmen, extremely talented. I mean, look at Deuce right there, number 99.
Yeah, the guys in the back are.
This is aura.
I mean, it's a physically
looks like old
impressive
LSU.
group. That's what it's supposed to look like. Mm-hmm. I mean, and Lane said it in that answer. He said, "I want LSU defense to get back to being. I don't want to play LSU's defense."
Mm-hmm. The LSU defense he thinks about.
Right, and like this is part of it. When you have guys that go get the quarterback, when you have these monsters on the interior.
The guys that Urban Meyer was talking about in that documentary is like, who's
going to block Glenn Dorsey?
Oh, yeah. It was like when you got off the bus, they're like, oh, they're a little bit different.
Right.
And it's like, that's the team that Urban Meyer's Florida was that too. But he's like, oh, okay, we're not the only ones that have absolutely generational freak shows on the other side of the ball. It's like, oh, okay, we're in for a dogfight. Mm-hmm. And those are like the LSU teams in 07, like 03, and it was
2011.
Yeah, 11. You looked at the defense, you're like, how? Like you would,
right?
Well, we talk about it all the time, but Barkevius Mingo is catching a Kenyon Barner off the edge, and you're like, didn't he run track for Oregon? And like, who is that? Like, everybody's like that's Barkevius Mingo.
Yep,
he's actually gonna be a first round pick. And it's like
dangerous.
He is really dangerous.
No, I mean
but the nation got to see it. Like that's where LSU and I think the fan base fell in love with those week 1 games. Like whenever you played Oregon and Jerry's World, it was like an announcement to the nation, to the country of like LSU is
watch this.
There's NFL players everywhere,
littered,
and you got to embarrass a team that was like, oh, Oregon's going to turn the corner this year, like national championship hopes is like dashed.
Well, and I think
they were still a good team.
They were good,
but
it's like
you just beat the shit out of them. Yeah.
No, I mean, and then I think 2018, LSU's ranked 25 going in to play Miami in that game, and you find out who Joe Burrow is, and Nick Brissett takes. I mean, like the whole thing, and then you look at even last season. Last season ended up being a disappointment for both squads in that Week 1 game. But in the big Week 1 matchup, you announced yourself to the nation, and that's what the expectation is for Clemson Week 1 this year.
He really did blow his load on Week 1, didn't he?
Oh, 100%.
Going 1-0.
Well, and Buddy asked me yesterday. He was like, y'all went on the Clemson trip. He was like, what was it like? And so he asked me about the atmosphere and the whole thing. I was like, well, ultimately what it was, Buddy, was the peak of the football season. I was like, not only like for the team somewhat, I was like, but for me as a fan, you couldn't tell me anything the week between Clemson and Louisiana Tech. Like, on top of the world, it's the best defense in the country. Harold Perkins, Mansour Delane, the whole thing. Joe Sloan put together a great game plan for Clemson. Like, they were moving on all cylinders.
Schemed them up.
Looked awesome. Just dominant. Couldn't tell me anything. And then against Louisiana Tech, it looks...
Well, really, Clemson went down 16-0 against Troy, and you were like, what the fuck is this?
We're not very good.
Shit. That was not a good feeling.
And then, then you have Nuss underthrowing by 45 yards. It all came crashing down.
Yep, 100%.
Thank God.
And now you're here. And look, extremely excited for what's in front. They'll be back out on the Ponderosa on Thursday. We'll have coverage for you then. And then I don't believe they'll be out there on Saturday. Obviously, Easter weekend, I don't think there will be availability then. So we'll make sure when there's an opportunity to get out there, we will be out there. But Lane Kiffin also spoke yesterday about Will Wade's return. I was hoping somebody would ask about that, because I do think Lane has had such a good understanding and pulse of the new age of college athletics and how it all works and the whole thing. And so I figured his point of view would be very intriguing on this conversation. Here's Lane Kiffin talking about LSU going out and rehiring a coach that they fired and bringing Will Wade back to coach LSU basketball.
Yeah, I talked to him the other day. Obviously, he's extremely excited about it. I did not know him personally. I think from what I know, which I don't know a lot about basketball, he's been very successful wherever he's been. And I think, too, again, like we just said with Corey, if you're passionate about a place and you're a really good coach, that's a really good combination. And, I know there's a lot of judgment about whether he should go, and he just got there and all those things. Probably have a unique view of that. But I just think everything is everybody's story. They got one life to live. And what they want to choose to do and what they believe their story is after they get the best information they can from the people that are closest to them, and they make their decisions. And then in my opinion, it's that person's job to go prove that decision right. And so I know people are really excited about it. I'm sure it does speak volumes of LSU, because to me, there's somebody that understands everything about LSU, understands the power of LSU, went through a very unique situation, kind of a breakup, and then makes the decision to come back. To me, says a lot about LSU.
Great answer there from LSU's head football coach, Lane Kiffin. You kind of got to see all the parts of Lane Kiffin there. He threw the little joke in there in the middle. He was like, a little breakup. But his perspective I really appreciate, because I figured, the ability he would have to speak on it would be pretty cool. And there was also him talking about Lane Kiffin in that answer, where he goes, well, you sit back and you think about what decision's best for you and your family, and you talk it over and you decide it. And if people think you're wrong, I was like, well, then you get the job and you work to prove them wrong and prove yourself right. And I think for both Will Wade and Lane Kiffin, that's what their goals are going to be. And so I thought it was a really cool answer, and I appreciated Coach's perspective on it. And Lane Kiffin has already kind of proved it right to the extent as he could up to this point. Recruiting, closing out a top 15 high school recruiting class, the number one transfer portal, a historic transfer portal class, bringing Blake Baker back, doing all the things he's done. He's proved himself right of this was the right move. As much as possible up to this point, because there hadn't been a game yet, right? There will be games in the future, and that's really when it'll happen. And I think next week is when it starts for Will Wade on that same front of proving his decision right. Coming back to LSU, running it back here, being where he belongs. Well, if you didn't know, now you know. The transfer portal opens on Monday. I believe it opens like the second the national championship game ends, because obviously the Final Four is this weekend. Shout out to FanDuel. Make sure you check out some lines over there. I think it was UConn plus 650 win the whole thing. Worth a little sprinkle. We all did it. But the portal is going to open right after the national championship game. And from what I've heard, from around, the city and around the program with LSU men's basketball, they're going to get players. And I don't think anyone's surprised on that. So I don't think it was when I was told, hey, we're going to get players, it's not this big breaking news story, because I think everyone knew from past experience with Will Wade, you're going to get players. Like I've told the story many times. When I was in high school, watching Javonte Smart from the bench when he outscore Central High School by himself, I was like, well, LSU doesn't get these guys. Like, they end up at Kentucky, right? LSU doesn't reel in the Javonte Smarts, the USA Select talent type players. Well, then he ends up at LSU. Well, and then they go up and they get Big Jelly Nas Reed, and I was like, whoa, time out.
Big Jelly. I've never heard him called that.
Oh, I've also never heard Big Jelly.
Y'all never heard Jelly Fam?
No, I know Jelly Fam, but I've never heard someone called Nas Reed Big Jelly.
That's what he was coming out of high school.
I've never.
So when
heard
he was
that.
in high school, he was Big Jelly because they had like the guys that would do the layup, the jelly, right? And he was
Big Jelly.
Big Jelly because he was that's who. And so
he did do it a lot. Now that
he
I think
ended up
about it.
turning into Nas Reed because he
Was Big Jelly.
because he was a player, but he was a big deal in high school, and he was one of those guys who was like, they go to the big schools. And so when LSU got Nas Reed, or at that point in my fandom, he was Big Jelly because I was watching the high school mixtapes, and he was known as Big Jelly. I was like, there's no way LSU just reeled in Nas Reed. And I remember talking to Will when we did the Will Wade podcast, and I asked him about recruiting and those levels of things. He says he remembers when Nas got off the plane and started walking towards them on his official visit to LSU, and he looked over at one of his assistants. He was like, that's what they're supposed to look like. Like that. I mean, that's a specimen. That's a Division I. That's an NBA basketball player. And that's who Lane Kiffin's going to get back. Not Lane Kiffin. Will Wade. Both of them. That's what Will Wade's going to get back to LSU is NBA players. First-round picks, Cam Thomas, Tari Eason, guys like Nas Reed. That's what he's bringing back to LSU is NBA talent. And like I said, I was told, hey, we're going to get players. And that starts next week when the portal opens. And I'm so excited to see them just start to work the transfer portal.
Considering the way that Will Wade operated his first go-round at LSU, when it may be, obviously he gets, the way he was recruiting was frowned upon, right? Now with everything being allegedly, I mean, you can offer anything. Doesn't mean you're going to do it.
I'll offer you a strong handshake. Shake your hand.
Come over here and shake my hand.
Shake your hand. Continue.
But now that the playing field is equal,
right?
Do you think that Will Wade still has the ability to recruit the way that he did to LSU because now that it's not strong handshakes, that you're the
100%.
only one? Because there's two schools of thought for me that
of course.
You could say, oh, the reason he was able to get elite talent is because he was paying them. The other school of thought is everybody's paying everyone right now. It's all just under the table, so he's just making competitive offers, and everybody else is also making competitive offers, and at some point, they just picked LSU and Will Wade. Like, is that fair to think that it was also the same kind of, you're operating under the same guidelines as you were before, now it's just public information?
Yeah, I would say there's two arguments to it, obviously. Now, okay, everyone can, it's not when it was maybe just 4 teams in the mix, now it's everybody.
I would imagine Calipari was still doing it.
Of course. And so there is that viewpoint of it. But to me, ultimately, even though the playing field has evened somewhat, he's still an elite recruiter, right? You listen to Darius Days. Darius Days is straight out of Gainesville, right? I mean, he grew up 15 minutes from Florida's campus. Only really knew about LSU from when Florida and LSU played on Saturday nights in football. LSU basketball was not on the radar. Lloyd asked him straight up. He said, is it safe to say that if Will Wade wasn't at LSU, they wouldn't have even been on the radar? And he goes, no, I think you're right. And so Will Wade is still an elite recruiter. Like, he's still going to identify the talent and go and recruit it in the way he does. I think on top of that, the thing is, what I saw in the PMAC on Monday was excitement. And whether you want to talk about the fan base and the people in the crowd, whatever you saw in videos, I don't care. I looked over behind me and to the left side of the room. Not that the fan base isn't important, but we can all say there was the media on the floor, and then there was a lot of important people on the court sitting there listening to the press conference. Those are the people that I was tracking the excitement and the smiles. Not that I wasn't worried about the fan base, but I knew the fans were going to cheer. I want to see some of the important folks sitting on the court cheer. The buy-in has been instilled, and I think he's going to be able to recruit at a high level because he's going to be able to use his ability to recruit, and on top of that,
the support.
He's going to have the support and the investment to get the players that he believes are going to fit. And the best coaches are the ones that have a philosophy and fit players to the philosophy, but can also build around the talent.
Well,
you don't want to just go get just all these.
Seen that before,
right? Like you want You want to bring in, like you look at Lane Kiffin in the wide receiver room. I mean, Mothershed from Troy didn't even play all that much, right? I mean, a lot of these pieces, it was like, oh, okay, interesting. We got a receiver from Old Dominion and Hawaii and go down the list, in Kansas State and Troy, like what? But they identified talent, they know what they want, and it fits. And I think it's going to be very similar. And I just think even though maybe more people can do it, can you do it effectively? Can you do it in the right way? It's more so method and process rather than ability. Ability is the first part. You want to be able to be in the room and be able to be in the conversation. But to be effective with the money you spend is having the right process and method about it. And what you've witnessed with LSU football is they had an extremely successful process. Because I would say they didn't just outspend everybody on top talent. Like, I don't think it would be crazy for me to say Oregon could have probably spent and probably offered a similar amount of money for Jordan Seaton as LSU did. But what Lane Kiffin and LSU did was they had a process, they had a method that worked. And I think with Will Wade, you're going to see a process and a method of what you do with the resources, what you do with the investment. How do you capitalize on it? Kentucky spent $22 million on their roster and lost in the second round. So they had the investment, they had the wrong process. Arkansas, however, maybe had some rocky spots in the season. I mean, but they made, what was it, the Sweet 16? Because they had the investment and they had the right process about it. They said, you know what, we're going to pay 9 guys. And that's who we're going to play. We're going to play the 9 guys that we paid. We're going to put a lot of investment into Darius Acuff, and rightfully so. It worked. He was real good. And so it comes down to the process almost just as much as the investment. Investment's important. You want to be on an even playing field. I think $12 to $15 million is where you want to be baseline to be competitive. But what's your method? What's your process to spending that 12 to 15? And that's what separates, that's what brings me the confidence in what Will Wade's going to be able to do, because I trust his process, because I've seen it. We've seen it. When you think of Will Wade team, I mean, when did he not have a point guard? I mean, think about it. The first thing he did when he got here was secure his point guard. And it was Tremont Waters, one of my favorite LSU basketball players of all time. Okay, but then Tremont's gone, and you've got Skyler who can step up, and he's more of a combo, but he can play point. But you also recruited Javonte. And then you follow that up, well, Javante's gone now. Go get Xavier Pinson out of the portal. He always had a point guard. So he and he has an identity. And it can shift. He said they had some top 10 offense because they did. I mean, that 2021 offense with Javonte, Cam Thomas, Trenton Watford, Darius Days, I mean, that was
good, fun
top tier offense. But they weren't all that good defensively. Now, you fast forward to the next year, they're a completely different team. And they're a defensive powerhouse with Tari Eason, Xavier Pinson, Brandon Murray, and the way they were able to be effective defensively. And so it comes down to the process. How do you spend? How do you spend? Not can you spend, how do you spend? You got to have the pockets to do it, but you have to have the method about it. And I think that is where my confidence lies going into next week when the portal opens.
My confidence lies in Will Wade got on the podium and did not mince any words. Like, we're going to win. And not win next year, win now. And so that tells me for this upcoming year and this transfer portal class, he has an idea of who he wants to get, who he can probably get, and who he's going to put on the floor. It's going to be a product that's going to win. And because he said it that way, it wasn't a give me time to feel this thing out. It was, I'm coming here to win and win now. And it has rubbed people the wrong way because this is already the flavor of the nation. This is...
Read this aloud, please.
This is, first of all, it's from Wake Forest, who is still, I'd imagine, a little bumhurt from what LSU did to them in the national title game in Omaha in 2023 and put them out of the national title contention. I hope NC State sues the ever-living hell out of everyone involved in this. LSU is ruining college sports. Please give the state of Louisiana back to France for free. And so, quote tweeting, the LSU's reunion with Will Wade was looming for over a year as Governor Jeff Landry lobbied behind the scenes for his return. Wilson Alexander reports the idea was initially rejected, but gained momentum as leadership changed. So,
is that a surprise to anyone? We've said that for weeks. We said it for months.
We said it. This was.
It was very well known that they tried this last year. They wanted this to happen. It got rejected by the athletic administration, and then that's
got changed.
That's why you change the athletic administration to put the things in action. You can feel how you want to feel about LSU ruining college sports. What I see is college sports being in a place that's already broken, and LSU just being good at taking advantage of it. And LSU putting themselves in a position to say, hey, until you fix it, I'm going to take full advantage of it. The sports, and a lot of them are broken. The method about how these things work are broken. They've changed. And so don't blame it on LSU. The reason you're upset with LSU is because they're good at it. They're doing it. Now they're putting a lot of eggs in a basket. They're investing a lot of money into, hey, these things got to work. Like if you go 8-4 and you don't look that good in football, then you don't make the tournament in basketball, the conversation about all of it looks a whole lot different. But at the same time, that's not what it looks like to happen because you've invested, right? And that's what you want. You turned the sport, you turned college sports into, hey, do you want to be good? Spend money. Like that's what it is. Like it's spend money and you'll be okay. That's how you get good. It's always been players over plays. Now plays are important, but plays don't matter if you don't have the players to do it. And the way you get players now is you pay for them. And so you can say LSU's ruining the sport, say whatever you want.
We're just playing the game.
Just playing the game, man. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. Be upset at the NCAA for screwing this thing up royally for so long that it got to a breaking point and now Pandora's box has opened.
Well, if you build a house of cards out of cards and your ace, your amateurism, you take it off the bottom of the triangle, the whole thing's going to fall down. It was all standing, it was teetering on one thing that wasn't real.
You hid behind one word and you got it out. And so then it finally got to its breaking point and it broke open into this. And so it's not LSU's fault. You can be upset at LSU. You can be jealous, right? All those things can be true. LSU didn't create this monster. The monster was already created. LSU's just...
You opened up the gates
riding the wave
on a $1 billion operation that had no investors, and everybody sees the opportunity of what it is, and also the fervor in which people have for college athletics and how badly they want their alma mater or their team to win. It is bigger than professional sports in terms of the passion and the effort and the intensity of it, because you feel like you can make a difference.
Right.
Like nobody's going to go say, hey, Jerry Jones, do you need money? Like, no, I think he's fine. But fine. LSU, you don't really know where it's coming from. But we passed the hat in here, and we don't have a pot to piss in. It's like, I'll give $20 a month.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't even know where it goes. But I have to give because I want to see LSU win. And that's where LSU was at one point.
Right.
We had Jack Ballard building out graphics of how to donate to the Bayou Traditions Fund because nobody knew how to do it. And nobody knew where this money, how do you sign up? And then it became, well, how does it become, I want it to roll over to where I donate every month. I don't want to have to come back every month and do this. Put me on the plan with everybody else who had to play I want a subscription. Like everybody else gives me a subscription. I don't even know what I'm paying for.
Right.
Why do I have 6 Netflix accounts?
But if LSU wins,
it's like, it's only for a month. It's like, no, I want it to be for my life.
Forever.
And it's like they figured that out. And now LSU is booming in terms of how they're going to give to athletics because the money's there. It will make you, like I said, it's a I would say almost multi-billion-dollar business. And so if you invest in that, it's going to give you a return. And I'm sorry if nobody else wants to, if they're just dipping their toe in the pool while LSU's doing the backstroke in the pool.
I mean, we had a successful businessman sit right here in this chair yesterday, and Lloyd threw the cliche at him. You got to spend money to make money.
He's the one that said it.
He goes, exactly right. I mean, that's how it works. And you see in the chat, Hunter Hall says, what's a Final Four in football, Sweet 16 in men's and women's basketball, and winning in Omaha worth? You're going to get a pretty good return on that.
So people are happy also.
You know what I mean? Like you'll get a pretty good return if all those things happen. Like, think about, okay, this is what if LSU makes the playoffs, even if they lose in a first-round home playoff game, like that's as far as they make it, it's just the 12, and they lose in a first-round game at home, think about what that entails. A sold-out game for Clemson, a sold-out game for Texas A&M, a sold-out game for Alabama, a sold-out game for Texas, right? Because if you're making the playoff, you're a contender in all those games. So all four of those are sellouts. Those are playoff-like atmospheres. And that's just sellouts in the stadium. And then you talk about the businesses around the city and all the things, right? It's going to be a hub. And then you get a first-round playoff game. And that's 5 playoff game atmospheres in one season. In addition to, for away games, people will eat at this restaurant and this one, and everything boosts up, and tailgates and streamers and all the things that bring more attention. Like, it all follows suit. That's just from football. And so even if all you do is lose in the first round, you still deliver on the return. And then you turn the page to men's basketball. Game 1's probably going to be a packed house, even if they play name a university, right? It doesn't have to be anyone. And then the ACC SEC Challenge. They play that at home. It's going to get quite the crowd, right? Whoever else they schedule. SEC play, if you're a contender, and then the SEC tournament, you make it to the third round, that one you get money back. You make it in to the round of 32, you get your money back. Women's basketball and then baseball, obviously. I mean, before the rain delay last night, the game got pushed back, and there were still plenty of people in that place last night. They were playing Southern on a Tuesday. I mean, but I'll leave it at just football. Genuinely, I want you to think about it. Like, you invested a lot of money into it, right? But you're not spending that and saying, if I don't get a national championship, it's not worth it. I'm saying you can literally just make the playoff and lose at home in round 1 and it be more than a return on your investment. Because you'll get 5 sellouts. 5 times hotels in the city will be packed to the brim. 5 times restaurants in Baton Rouge will be flooded. 5 times walk-ons will put on an event and you have to pay a cover. 5 times Fred's will be packed out and the cover's going to be $80 to get in. 5 times Speed and Name a Streamer will come down to video themselves around LSU tailgating.
Should get on you.
Because you're a contender. And even though you didn't win a natty and you lost in round 1, the money got returned. Because guess what? You packed that place out. You got 5 playoff-like atmospheres, and it's a return on your investment.
And I'm sure that narrative will be all nice and good until if you do lose in the first round, everybody like, oh, look, they put $40 million to it and lost in the first round. This is what you paid for? It's like, well, from a business standpoint, it worked to a T.
Well,
because after that, after the first round, like, you're no longer, now it's all college football playoff stuff. It's no longer, there's no more revenue to be made from LSU's perspective. Baton Rouge's perspective, I should say. So, yeah, that would be a success. On the football field, probably not.
And for fans, probably not. But for the people that
put money
spending this $200 million, I think they're going to be happy with their return with that.
They could look up in week 6 and be like,
right,
we're about to be in, like, making revenue. We're about to be making a surplus of money to put right back into it, I would imagine, and do it again.
Yep. No, I mean, That's the way.
A lot
it
of
works.
pressure, though.
No, it is. It is. But you want like it's what LSU's supposed to be. You're supposed to have pressure. The pressure is going to be there regardless. Because you're LSU, you're supposed to win national championships, especially in football, baseball. And so that's the sport. That's the world. And you can be upset at LSU about it if you want. Suck it up. Deal with it.
It's just different.
I'm sorry that there's been, whether it's stupid or not, there's been an alignment in the state of Louisiana and an agreement to say, you know what we're going to do? You know what our main focus is? You know what the most important thing in Louisiana is? Sports to be good. Because guess what? When LSU's good at football and basketball and all those things, enrollment goes up, out-of-state tuition, people are paying that, tourism goes up, all the things, and the state benefits from it. The heartbeat of this place is sports. We've said it forever, and now it's being announced on a public scale. And I tell you what, I can't wait to kick my feet up, sit back, and just enjoy the show of LSU committing to being good at everything. And now I don't know how long that'll last. I don't know if it's possible to really be good at everything. But they're making the commitment to it right now. They're spending the money, and they're expecting that return. And I'm excited and really fired up for all of you guys and to get to spend it with you guys for what this next year has in front of us. Because, I mean, I tell you what, like I said, there's been plenty of times I've been humbled since we've started this bad boy and got Tingle & Co. rolling. But the fact that we started it less than a year ago, last June, and within that we have gotten on an RV and gone to Omaha, watched LSU win a baseball national championship. Got to go to Clemson and watch LSU finally get over the hump and win a week one game, but then fire their coach 2 months later and then hire Lane Kiffin and go through all of that and then turn into they fire the men's basketball coach and they bring our coach back, like Will Wade, who's supposed to be here, bring him back. Like, you get to sit and watch all of those things. And it's like I told my younger brother the other day. I was like, you understand you're a freshman and the next 3 years of your college life are going to be nothing if not entertaining. Mm-hmm. You're going to get student tickets to a Lane Kiffin football team, a Will Wade men's basketball team, a Kim Mulkey women's basketball team, a Jay Johnson baseball team, a Jay Clark national championship gymnastics program. Go down the list.
That is the list.
Like, do you understand? That's what I told him. I was like, I don't know if you grasp it. Like, you're about to live the life as a student. Like, it doesn't get any better than that.
And it's for all 4 years. Like, with everything withstanding, you would imagine that both Lane Kiffin and Will Wade and Jay Johnson and Kim Mulkey will all be here for the next 4 years. So while he's in college,
you get to sit back and enjoy, cuz.
I got less.
I had Brian.
Ugh.
I had Ed and Brian.
Yep.
And Paul.
I guess I had Ed too. I did have Ed and Brian.
What year did you start?
At LSU, it was 2020.
Me too.
The year after the Natty.
That was my freshman
So you were
year.
at Nichols for 2019?
Yeah.
What was that like?
I mean, it wasn't so different. Like, freshman year,
Where
did
is Nichols?
suck. Thibodeau.
Where's that? How far away from here?
It was 55 minutes from my house.
Not bad.
So
Yeah,
the drive wasn't bad. But, like, it was – I mean, it wasn't so different. Like, I was still coming up on the weekends, hanging out with my friends. Because all my friends were at LSU. So I would stay in their dorms.
Still got to live the life.
Yeah, I mean, I went to the Florida game, which was awesome. You know, and I'm still
probably the best game of the year.
Well, see, that was my thing.
Yeah.
I was a senior in high school for that at Central, so in Baton Rouge, and so I was like, I still went with the family tickets and did the whole thing, and I was like, man, this is awesome. I'm about to be a student here next year, the whole thing. And there's COVID, and then they just sucked.
Yeah.
Like, then I get to LSU, and it's like, oh,
a ghost town.
We go 11-11 in my first 2 years here.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'll say 2022 Alabama did kind of make up for those things. Like that game, being able to be a student at LSU when that game happened was awesome. But
I think you'll have more.
That was about it.
I think Max will probably get more.
Max will have some more fun.
Yeah.
100%. No, I mean, and that's the thing in this.
Especially when he
And
starts drinking.
I'll get on the family high horse here. Of course, it's Max. Like,
Yeah,
of course,
yeah,
of
duh.
course, this falls in his lap. He's been spoiled his whole life. Sorry, Mom, but he has been. He's the baby.
Tatted
and now,
up,
now he,
ripped.
yeah. I mean, he's been skinny forever, and now he just gets to bulk up and look like a monster and get his
Not even
talking about
shoulder
LSU
tatted
anymore.
up, and now he gets to watch Lane Kiffin and Will Wade, Kim Mulkey, and Jay Johnson.
Deadlifting
while he's at school.
465.
Yeah, whatever. Freaking God, I hate him. Love you, Max.
Well, you raised him.
I know.
You did this to yourself.
I did it to myself. It's okay. I felt for Wyatt when Sawyer walked out into the ring. I was like, I would probably feel.
I didn't allow myself
Yeah,
because
yeah,
there
yeah.
was like it crept into my head of like, God, I'm such a fucking pussy. And then but I was like, no, it's not about me. This is Sawyer's
But like,
thing.
I know, like if Max would have freaking gone out there, he's got his shoulder tat on, and he's like,
Dude, and then he posted
been like-
he posted the photo dump on Instagram the other day,
Sawyer did?
and I was like, I'm so out of shape. Like he's so much cooler than me. Fuck,
Yeah, man.
dude.
He won.
Yeah, and he won. Like at least if he had lost, I could have been like, oh, you fucking lost, you
Yeah.
loser.
How's
Didn't
that?
he beat
They're
the
pretty,
shit out
yeah,
of the
pretty
kid?
familiar. Huh? I used to do that to you all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, well, I used to make fun because we didn't really. I mean, we did fight, but it was like I'm 4 years older than him, and then he's 1 year older than my sister. So they would honestly
at
fight.
it.
Like
Yeah.
pre-puberty when they were like pretty close
they
still.
were the children.
Yeah, like children. We're all just adolescents. Like they would just fight, and it was a
Yeah.
pretty close fight. So I used
Yeah.
to make fun of him that he would lose to my sister. Now I'm just a fucking pussy, man.
I don't
What
have,
happened to me?
I don't have a younger brother. I would like to have known what would have happened to him, though.
You would actually be the worst older brother
How?
in the world.
I tell you what,
You would experiment.
your
on him.
little brother would be a freaking tough cookie.
Yeah. He would.
I mean, he'd
That's
be
true.
a freaking warrior. I mean, just seeing the way you handled Christian when we were in Omaha and Clemson, like your little brother would have gone through
Mentally
the ringer.
tough.
And that's
Yeah.
what I'll say, and I'll give myself a little bit of credit. When I see Max, I go, okay,
Yeah.
I'm proud of myself because I made sure.
It is same thing with Wyatt. It's
Yeah.
kind of your responsibility in a sense.
Yeah.
Like you did that too, because you probably spend more time with him than like your parents do at some points.
Yeah, well, I mean, my parents weren't.
But they're not going to listen to their parents about
I mean,
what their influential people
like,
in
Max,
their lives
stop
are.
crying. Like,
Yeah.
suck it up, buddy. Let's go.
You don't get to do that.
Freaking push-ups.
I mean, dude, I broke Sawyer's nose when he was like 3.
Yeah.
So like
And I'll tell-
iron fucking jaw.
That's
Like,
why he won. That's why he won Friday night.
It's not even a question.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what? What I was doing was actually really
It
smart.
was actually
It's
really smart.
actually
It was very
that whole
dangerous.
time.
It's
It's
very
very
dangerous.
dangerous.
Now it's dangerous.
It is very dangerous.
Now it's very dangerous.
It was very smart.
But, yeah, and then Max is deadlift mogging me last night, sending me
I
pictures
saw
of,
that.
of the bar.
Yeah. My brother did that a couple
He
fucking.
was like, "Oh, it's 415." I was like, "Well, yeah, I
Yeah.
can do 415 too, but it's just not as impressive because." Mass moves mass.
Right.
And you're like, he's 160 and doing it, and it's a little bit different when 230 does it,
Yeah.
but whatever.
A couple years ago, when I first started like going to the gym, like we were in the car. I was in the car with my brother, and he was like, you like bench when you go to the gym? I was like, yeah, but I don't really have a spotter, so like I don't really know like what my max is. He was like, yeah, I got like 265. I'm all right. Well, you know what? Fucking
Yeah.
you're
I
5'9".
don't have a spotter.
Yeah, well, you're 5'9", so fuck you.
Yeah.
And Clemmer says, "Hey, Sawyer will never make the back room. Then again, Wyatt may never either if you don't show up."
Fuck you, Glimmer. Fuck you. I'm so insecure about that.
It's okay. Let's go
I
13,
can't
13.
believe I missed the back.
I mean, you got good baseball seats last night.
The baseball seats were phenomenal.
Shout out.
The suite is awesome. I think those seats go toe to toe with the suite. I think the actual seat, the view was amazing. Being able to chirp to the umpire was awesome. Being right by the team, the dugout. I mean, food was great too.
Yeah.
Shout out to Boudin Nachos.
Those Boudin nachos should look good.
Oh yeah,
Very good.
Bax was deadlifting 465, and Noah won't share his tendies. He did some bulking.
Let's go 13 for 13, and officially it is in NFL draft month. We should do a mock draft. As
Wow.
well. Not a PFF mock draft because you only get one of those. Whatever the other one was that we did, we can do a little mock draft. Let's see. Oh.
Terrapins, Scarlet Knights, Hoosiers,
Hoosiers.
Cornhuskers.
Yup.
Red
Big Ten,
college
baby.
teams.
That's two ways to think about it.
And
They are
then
Big Ten
there's
also.
semi-pro. Semi-pro blue chips hustle.
Oh,
And then there's
Air.
one more. Yeah, Air.
Jim Thorpe, Jim Tomey, Jim
Yeah,
Nance,
Jim
Jim
Nance.
Calhoun.
Come on now. Jim,
What a
Jim,
fucking
Jim,
goat.
Jim, 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 Jim.
Big Jim Calhoun.
Big time Timmy Jim.
What a fucking
You got the
animal.
purple. Good work.
Thank you.
Good work, cuh. So forget about it, cuh.
The clip of Jim Calhoun fist pumping after the Kemba Walker fucking
Yeah,
He
it is
dead?
awesome.
Jim Calhoun?
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope not. I like Jim
I
Calhoun.
go 4 for 4.
Old buddy,
Old buddy.
coach at UConn now.
Dan Hurley?
They asked him about the.
Yeah, I saw him talking about it.
There we go.
Oh, you're a little
Oh,
late
yeah.
today. What's up?
Long night last night.
It was a
It
long
was a
night
long
last
one.
night. Did you stay the whole time?
No.
Oh, so
Did you leave during the rain delay or after? Or did you stay through it?
I left right before it started back to the rain.
Okay.
They pulled the tarp off at 9:20,
9:20.
and then they're like, I was like, okay, so we'll start right then. They're like 9:50.
30
like,
minutes
oh.
after.
I pulled the tarp off at 9:21.
Yeah.
You did.
See, what's his name? Pudgy.
Poji? You did see him? Oh, you didn't see him out there?
You probably did. You just didn't know it was him because he was out there on the
Yeah, he was
on the field
raking.
crew. Yeah,
And they pulled that tarp out. He said that they did it once before the game, and they had to pull it back off. Then
They
like
shouldn't have really They shouldn't have rain delayed it before.
no. Should have got it going at 6:30.
It was, and then I don't. Are we scared of lightning?
Obviously.
Right, but just personally, I don't think it's worth it. I think if you just signed a waiver, like whenever I go into Alec Box, Tiger Stadium, Death Valley, anywhere really, golf course, I know that there's a chance I'll be struck by lightning, and I comply with that.
Well, if you do get struck by lightning, go buy a lottery ticket.
Right,
Fair enough. Yeah, no, I mean I don't.
and except for the people that have been struck like multiple times, which is so inconvenient. Like I've been struck by
Yeah,
lightning
I would
4
say it's
times.
pretty. It's pretty.
I would say it's pretty.
You make up like 98%
like when someone
of
cuts
lightning
you off in
strikes.
traffic. Like,
Yeah.
man, this guy's so
Inconvenient.
inconvenient.
Yeah.
Like
But no, I would imagine if it's happened to you like 2 times, 3 times, you're like, I'm not going out there. Like I
Of
do,
course not.
I get hit
Because it happens.
Yeah, like
that
it's
is
happened
true.
more than once. I have no fear of it because it's not going to happen
I
to
guess
me.
with the aluminum bat.
that, I think it's
Well,
more of a player thing. than
Yeah, it's a
fan
it's a
thing.
liability thing from, I think, the players. It's not really the fans. Like they tell the
Yeah.
fans on the PA, "Hey, be safe, be aware, don't do anything stupid." But it's more so the players that are holding a metal bat.
What if
in the air?
Oh, this is gonna be good.
that's not that big of a switch. If it is the player, and if it's a lightning is the issue with the metal bat, they play with wood bats, and if it's going to be a lightning delay,
I knew that.
So that you shift to a wood bat if there's lightning.
both teams agree.
I mean, I don't think it's specifically just the bats. I think it's just being out there in general. But
Well, let's say
it's an
let's talk
interesting
about this.
idea.
Let's say you're playing in a field, so you got 9 players, you got 4 umpires, and a batter. Nobody on. Chances of getting is like 1 in 11,
I'll take those
12,
odds.
13, whatever it is. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
It's not bad odds.
No,
No.
and the catcher's wearing gear,
And that's if it's even close.
Yeah, the gear, what is the gear gonna do?
and it can't hurt.
The gear protects you from lightning.
Yeah,
Well, don't the bats have like rubber grips?
hey, there you go. And you got rubber on your shoes. Isn't that what everybody says?
Oh yeah, but you got metal spikes. Probably.
Yeah. Oh, they got to change shoes too. They play barefoot.
Or we could just delay the game by like 30 minutes.
It's never 30 minutes.
No,
Yeah, no, it's more than 30 minutes.
I've never even seen lightning out there. I've heard about it.
Well, because it's just lightning in
In
a
the
radius,
area.
In a
Yeah,
radius.
it's like a 3-mile radius or 7-mile radius.
I think it's 8.
8.
Yeah.
It is 8.
There's a
3,
radius.
7, 8.
A radius within 30 minutes. Like it's 8-mile radius.
And they have that
within
the
30
last
minutes.
lightning strike in that radius has to be 30 minutes before
Away.
they can.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Because they reset the clock every time. What if they
I
play?
think it make it more interesting.
I do too. And if a player gets struck, which team wins?
The team that gets struck.
There you go.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I think.
Oh, let's not say they win, because I mean, then people
Well,
are
they-
trying to get struck.
Uh,
Let's say
You're down
say you get 2
10-1.
runs.
How do you try to get struck by lightning though?
Hold up the bat?
Put your cleats on your hands.
I guess.
Let's say you
that's
just
the
get
shit.
2 runs.
Okay.
Okay. 2
Automatic
runs
home
stacked
run.
on.
If there's 3 people on,
And
it's
that
a
guy
3-run
becomes
homer.
MVP
4-run
of the
homer.
game.
Yeah.
Yep.
grand slam, and you get struck by lightning.
And what if you had
6-point play?
2 guys get struck by lightning?
Yeah, that's big. That's massive. See, I would love to get struck by lightning in Alex box because I think it would be a hilarious story to add to my repertoire, and it would be great content for the show.
It would be great for the show.
Are you kidding me?
Only if we had video.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna get
got
somebody's
cameras
gonna
running
get
all the
there's
time, yeah.
there's cameras everywhere. I'm on camera somewhere.
Yeah.
Do you think you'd get interviewed like the guy that when he caught the baseball
Caught the
barehanded?
home run ball and was
Yeah.
like, got
Yeah.
interviewed
He got
on the
him
spot.
like literally at like during it.
Yeah, they
If
would
you got
interview
struck
you-
by lightning,
They were in.
If
they
you
would
survived,
right?
Yes, they would interview you as fast as possible.
No, I would get famous, and so then like
You'd be Lightning
you're already
Boy.
famous.
that's well no, but I'd be more famous, and then like all right, fucking, you're gonna see me last week into the series against Florida. I'm singing the national anthem as Lightning Boy.
They
Yeah.
had a
Like,
group,
it's gonna
they
be
had
awesome.
a group of girls at the Alex box last night wanting to meet you.
Really? Where have these girls been all my life?
You know how parents and everybody hangs out at the locker room after? That's what they were doing in your section last night.
Interesting.
And they had to tell them to disperse.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been having to tell them to disperse for years.
You
now.
might want to start bringing security with you.
Yeah. Well, that's why I bring these guys. Well, mostly him. He's not. He isn't
What are you
really.
talking about? You got to be careful. He'll give you a run for your money.
In what category?
They might want him.
Oh, that's fine. If somebody, look, that's like a recruit committing to Louisiana Tech instead of LSU. Clearly, they don't have the IQ to play for a big-time franchise like me.
Big time.
Big time.
This one
Big
big.
keywords
Big-time
in that big time,
franchise.
right?
You don't have the chest. You don't. Literally, they don't have the chest.
Yeah.
Really?
Everybody. I mean, they got to look at your chest last night. Tarps off.
Everybody. Yeah,
Right,
that's
20.
what it was. That's why we had to tell them to disperse. I took the tarp off. The girls come flocking.
Ugh.
Check Twitter.
They saw that I was disappointed about the Dippin' Dots. They were like, "Oh, he's in need."
It was just the Dippin' Dots was.
Did you get your ice cream last night, Tubby?
Yeah, I went to. Sonic.
What'd you get?
I went and got a. It's
McFlurry.
my favorite dessert item in the entire world is a cherry cream slush. From Sonic.
Sonic.
And it was.
hit the spot?
It's so good. Yeah, it was phenomenal. You know what that is?
No.
So they do slushy. Like a slushy. It's a cherry slushy with a scoop of vanilla ice cream.
Do they do the soft serve in it?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a scoop or a soft serve. I would assume it's
They don't-
soft serve.
Yeah, they don't have scoop, do they? I think it's
I
just the
think soft
machine.
No, I think it's just the machine. Yeah, but it's.
so they
Dog-
they dog it in there.
What did I eat at the game? Oh, I took it light. I didn't really have anything.
You didn't bring any spicy McChickens?
He did. He made his
No.
own.
No, I had right when the lightning delay was about to end. We went in the Champions Club, so I had boudin nachos, which were really good, and then I had chicken fries.
Chicken fingers.
What was your favorite?
The boudin nachos. The chicken and fries are just a classic.
Tell what
have
what you were going to get.
When you originally went up there.
Okay, so in the Champions Club, they have like the massive menu, but then I guess because of the lightning delay, they turned off the fryers or whatever, so they had a limited menu. But I was gonna get, listen, when the bar's only open 9 months a year, you drink till you.
Right. It's
die.
like a it's
You know
like,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like, I might never be in the Champions Club.
Exactly,
again,
yeah,
so I was
it's like a-
excited,
it's like an open wedding.
So I was gonna get a Cajun melt, which was like a boudin sandwich, which seemed it seems odd but interesting. I like boudin, and then I was gonna get a chicken quesadilla.
Okay.
And then I was gonna get boudin egg rolls.
Boudin egg rolls are good. They need to do they need like a pepper jelly with them.
I was very excited. That was the one I was excited. Me and Noah saw it on the way in, and I was very excited.
I heard you
about it.
mention
I
it.
love
What
boudin.
happened?
Well, the fryers were closed. They had a limit. None of that was on the
I
menu.
don't think the grill was on either.
The rain just screwed you completely.
Yeah.
I know. It honestly probably helped because it saved me about 1,500 calories right there. That's a whole
$1,500.
Yeah.
It probably, yeah. I mean, I still spent fucking 35, and we missed Seth's triple because of it.
Oh
still
yeah, that
upset
was
about
tough.
that.
It was almost a homer. For out there, it's a homer.
What are you doing?
It took them forever.
No,
to bring
we.
food
That's what I'm saying. The game was slated to start back up at 9:50. So me and Noah were like 9:40. We'll go to the Champions Club, get food. We'll be back plenty of time.
Right.
We order by like 9:41, 9:42. I didn't get my food till like 9:55.
Really?
And Seth was first up. Seth, our boy who comes in and does the show.
Your buddy.
My buddy. Yeah, we played together. He was first up after the rain delay.
And he had told us during the rain delay. He said he looks at us. He goes, "First pitch homer."
Yeah.
He looks
and
at
so
us.
we like ordered our food, and it takes 13 minutes for me to get my food. So we
You
didn't
weren't even sitting in your chair.
No, and I felt I literally, in my defense, I told them to go back.
He did.
I told them, please go back to the seats, because if he hits a home run and he comes back to the dugout and sees him.
Nobody there.
I'm gonna feel like such an asshole.
Okay, so you hit a triple and nobody was in the seat.
Yeah, so he looked over from third base and saw nobody.
We saw him when he crossed home plate.
Yes.
Great celebration too. My dick is this long.
He did, yeah, we were talking about what's the best one. I think he might have
heard
this.
I thought you had a little dick.
Well, no, I do, but Seth's got a fucking dog.
Yeah, hammer.
Yeah, fucking hammer. If memory serves, but no,
that's weird.
Yeah. No.
My bad.
Sorry, boys. Sorry, I got off track there.
Clearly,
I don't know what happened. No, but by the time we were back, he scored, so he saw us coming back into the dugout. So
it's
it wasn't
a little bit like a little.
Wasn't like you missed the whole thing.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
When he tried
none
to
the wiser.
He saw us cheering and waving.
I don't remember because I was digging into the nachos, but that's what they told me. I blacked out a little bit.
Oh, the best was he gets his chicken fingers, and obviously this is while we were waiting. The guy that hands him over goes, "Be careful, fresh." And it's like
it was like a little dig at Wyatt, like we had to go.
We had to go turn these on for
fire
you.
This up just to make these for you.
Yeah, and what's fucked up is I ordered first
before me.
He got chicken tenders and fries, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And
you probably got more chicken tenders.
It was the same order. It's the same thing.
No, they saw you. They gave you a couple extra.
Well, I mean, if that's what it was, then I can respect it.
I think they did go. I wonder if anybody got fingers after you. Because
it's just the way you phrased that. I didn't like that.
Because I do think that they probably had one left, maybe, that they had like pre-made.
Right
out. And then they're like, "Oh, we took an order of chicken fingers again," and they're like, "Fryer's not on."
No, yeah.
And then they're like, "Well, we already told them yes.
We already paid, so we got to fire this back up for this guy."
And it was crazy to me that he tells you that, "Be careful, fresh, hot," and you had no interest in eating them right then. You went with the nachos first, and then let the fingies get cold.
Well, yeah, you got to go nachos first because the nachos will get soggy.
They were also extremely hot. They burnt through the
plastic.
Yeah, they actually did burn through.
I know that would have. That's when they're the best.
I showed Noah. There was like a hole in my box. I was like, "Are they threatening me?
Yeah.
Like, what is this?"
I got a question. It was posed to me last night.
Okay.
Hot dog.
Yes.
You like hot dogs?
Yeah.
Okay. Does queso belong on hot dogs?
Oh.
I wouldn't say it belongs on it.
I would not turn it down.
But I'm gonna fuck it up.
Like it would work. I would
dip.
I would be. Yeah, I would
cheese
dip
on
it.
your hot dog.
I would. I have.
Do you
I will
like
again.
shredded cheese?
Yeah. Or melted. I've done about everything you could think of probably.
So last night, somebody I know ordered a hot dog down below, and they wouldn't give them shredded cheese. They would only put queso on them.
I wouldn't be mad about that.
I would prefer the melted cheese, but I could see how someone would prefer the shredded cheese.
If you have a preference to one of them, I would understand why you'd be upset about the.
Can I ask you this? Was it queso or was it nacho cheese? Because that's a big difference.
Yeah, I agree.
Queso, I'm in. Nacho cheese,
I'm
not
out.
as much.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was probably nacho
queso,
cheese
but
then.
probably nacho cheese.
Like, because queso, hell yes.
Yeah.
I'm still going yes on the nacho cheese.
Of course.
So my thing growing up, I told them a while ago, like when I was growing up going to LSU football games, I would go get Amanda sausage dog, grilled peppers and onions, nacho cheese.
All right.
Which was I
think
grew up
sausage
on
and
that.
cheese is like a more
I think that's
prevalent combination than hot dog and cheese.
You grew up on that?
Yeah, I mean,
That's
I grew
the
up
fact you got the
going to
350.
Tiger Stadium.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things more than that, I'll tell you what. It wasn't the 7 weeks a year I was in Death Valley.
Yeah,
how many of those Manda sausages did you have?
What
Seven.
about the
Probably a
Minute Maid
lot.
frozen lemonade?
The frozen lemonades, fuck.
100%.
When you see, this was a problem. You could get strawberry or lemonade.
both.
I'm getting both.
Are you really?
Yeah.
See, I would go strawberry. But
I like
understand
strawberry,
getting
too.
both. I would go.
I
Strawberry.
prefer strawberry.
See,
They were the
Lemonade's
best.
good.
They were the best.
this is what my dad would do.
I
He
know
would
what
get
he's
the
gonna say.
frozen lemonade one.
Pour vodka.
Yes, those are a treat.
That is great.
They're just
Great
delicious.
idea.
Yeah.
It's all starting
Do
to
they
make
still
sense.
sell that?
No, he made it himself.
I know, but they don't sell frozen lemonade?
I don't know.
I don't know. I actually haven't seen him
I
in a
don't know.
while.
I haven't
See,
really
this
gone
was the
looking for
time when, okay, this is peak for me, Death Valley, when they had the vendors that would walk around.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And like, and then,
100%.
then it was like the
100%.
little boys. It was
Yeah.
the Boy Scouts, and you would
You
just
like
bully
that
them.
because you could screw them out of money.
Exactly. But that was
Ooh,
the
I'm
other
glad
great.
you said out of money.
Yes.
But it gave you 20.
Yeah, you just bully them.
I only got 10. No,
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah, give me a 5 and we'll be good. I won't tell your boss. But there was also the time in Tiger Stadium where you would pass the money down the aisle,
Yes,
and you
I
trusted
remember.
everybody.
Yes.
everyone.
When you knew the people next to your seats, those were the best. Yeah.
Can't do that shit anymore.
No.
I forgot about the vendors. God,
I
that
kinda
was
did too.
peak.
They
It
were the
was,
best.
it was much better.
See, we used to, when I was like, this was really, really young.
Ice
we
cold
literally had-
water?
We literally had the last seats in the stadium, like up in, it's section 619.
Yeah.
It's like
Top
above
row.
the student section, literally in the corner. And now the.
Tell
now-
about what your dad let you do.
No, I can't say that because I don't know what the statute of limitations are on that.
Murder?
But the aisle now is on the end, so we wouldn't have been able to do it now. But it used to be in the middle, so we were literally like in the corner. And so every once in a while, if the game was really, really good, and we didn't want to go to the bathroom, we just piss up there
Are you kidding me?
in the corner. Yeah.
Off
That-
the off
No,
the
no,
side? I was gonna say.
no.
Yeah, Papa Wyatt holding up his son like, let it rain, boy.
Simba. Yeah. No. Just like in the corner.
The peak
By
corner.
like, yeah, or like we in a cup or something.
That would
and
take-
then we'd throw it off the thing.
That would be like taking the same chance of rain at Tiger Stadium.
Literally. We wouldn't do it every time, but it was like, you know, if the game
Fourth
was
quarter.
good,
Some-
yeah,
Was there
like,
people around you?
it was all our people. Like, those were our
Hey man,
seats.
everybody turn your head. I'm taking a
Make a
leak.
wall.
Well, no, you're in the corner, so no one's turning and looking towards us. Everyone's looking towards the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get
don't
you.
know, I don't
it's
know if I
not-
could do that.
You pee shy?
So what,
I don't know.
what
No,
section
I
of
just
this
don't.
room would you equate? Like you would say, like if you just
There's
stood-
not one. There's not, because we're not all looking in the same direction.
Yeah.
Like the only people who are
I
looking in
know
my
what you're
direction
talking
are
about.
on the other side of the
That's true.
stadium.
That's true.
And my dick's so small, they're not going to
Well,
see anything.
who was the first?
So-
when did this
so
become
the-
like?
It was really like my dad and his friends thing. I honestly don't
And then
really.
you just took it up, Mike. Yeah, they
I would have.
do
I
it.
don't
Absolutely.
Really, I don't really remember doing it as much because I was really.
Well,
As
the old man
much.
bladder.
No, but he
Once a
talks
game.
about it. He talks about it a lot.
Yeah, that's
so
a-
I just that's
It's a good memory.
The wildest thing I've ever. That seems normal to me, but the wildest thing I've ever seen where somebody pissed in public. We're playing golf, and this guy was old, and it's like my dad's golf buddies, and Vaughn was the elder statesman, and we're like on 16, and he's like not gonna make it in terms of to the bathroom or even on the golf course. You can kind of find a spot, you know,
There's trees
if you want to
out
go,
there,
yeah,
yeah,
anywhere. Trash can right next to the tee box, whips his dick out and just starts pissing in the trash can. And I was like, that is an elite move. And he wiped his dick on the towel. And I was like, oh my God. Like,
never
took a little
watched
bit
my
of, yeah.
golf
no-
ball ever again.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's disgusting.
it was awesome. As a
I think I got a towel on my
14-year-old,
like-
I was like, this guy gets it.
As much as that's getting the towel dirty, I feel like that's getting my dick dirty.
Oh,
Yeah,
something,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I-
That's
Let's
like-
be
that's-
honest. Let's be honest. Anybody that's played golf knows how long the towel hangs. Your dick wouldn't even touch it.
yeah.
Probably. I don't play golf, so I don't know.
You couldn't get to it.
Yeah, but they
Oh, because my dick's
and
small.
Yeah, it would be a gap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need like a stop gap.
Pull
Yeah, I got you.
Pull
I got
on
you.
it.
Yeah.
No,
I don't
so
know.
what do you think about baseball? Do you think they're going to turn this around or what? I mean,
I think they have turned it around.
Well,
It seems
yeah,
like
we're getting there. We're getting there.
I don't like going down 6-1 a lot or 7-0
yeah,
a
why do
lot.
we always start behind?
It's.
Like I literally walked in and it's like 3-0. I'm like,
oh, you're
my
the
God.
first person to know because when you came in yesterday, you were like, well, when I got in there on Sunday, I walk in the second inning at 7-0, and then last night 6-1.
Yeah, I'm like, what is going on? Like we're a comeback team. I mean, like,
Well, I
do they not believe they're going to score runs?
Skip calls it the inevitable 2. Every game, you should just assume that you're going to go down 2-0 because, at least in the first inning, he said that's when the offense is going to be at their best, and you're pitching, you don't know what you have yet, and so that's when they're the most keyed up because they don't know what they're pitching to yet, and pitchers are more nervous than hitters are in terms of what you do offensively. So Skip was always operated under the guys that were down 2-0.
Okay.
And he's like, if we avoid the inevitable 2, we have a great shot to win.
Well,
We need
so
to
now
avoid
it's
the
the
inevitable
seven,
6 or 7, yeah.
whatever it is. I just don't get it. And then Curiel, that grand slam. I mean, that was
Outstanding.
beautiful.
Smoked it.
Beautiful.
It's not something you want to rely on.
No.
Where you're like,
I mean,
oh,
it's
Grand
easy.
Slam would really do you.
Because now
for
it's
you.
back-to-back games. You've got
Three
Grand Slam.
home runs in the season for him. You know, I mean,
2 in the last 2 games.
yeah. I mean, it's
It's trending in the right direction.
one first round pick there, but
He is.
top 5.
Somebody, Sean, of course, goes.
Somebody.
It was before the Kentucky series. He goes, I mean, there's a real chance like Curiel comes back, right? I was like, no.
No chance.
Not even
I
close.
was like, he
knew
could
the
go over
second-
the next 80.
The second he signed with LSU,
This is a
he
2-year
knew when he
deal.
was leaving.
Right.
He knew
Right.
when he was leaving.
Right.
So no.
2-year
Just
contract.
I think what I'm disappointed about LSU baseball is the catching.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Cerna's been better.
Cerna's been better. They just
Aaron
can't
Beatty's been
block
hurt.
the ball.
I know.
yeah. There's
Cerna did
there's
it
been a
against Kentucky.
considerable drop off.
Lloyd, I
We've
think
been
you need
spoiled
to take
the
out
last
your
couple
stuff
of years.
and go teach them how to do it.
I was.
Hey, the guy that rocked those right
Get
there
Poggi out there.
did a great job.
Yeah.
Correct.
Michael Poggi.
That's why we're spoiled.
Oh, that's
Because we
Milazzo.
watched Milazzo, and then last year Poppy
Luis. Yeah.
did a great job. Mm-hmm.
He blocked up. Yeah. I don't,
You spent the
Can't
night down
remember
last
one.
night?
I did. Stayed at Christian's.
you watched Christian sleep.
Did you?
No, you know what's crazy? No, I didn't watch Christian sleep. He did it. He answered the door in his underwear, which I thought, all right, we're getting a little comfortable here.
I like
don't-
that.
Let's calm down. And
He's
He's a
asserted
big-
his dominance at his home.
Well,
Yeah,
you didn't
well-
get there till late. I mean, what did you want him to do?
no, I didn't get there till like midnight, so I understand. But I do.
After you ran through Sonic drive-through.
I did go. Yeah. yeah.
Did you get out the
Did you
car?
eat
or
it in the-
just pulled up?
No, you got to pull up to the thing.
I'm not. That creeps me out.
Why?
Which
I
part?
don't know. Like
I think
pulling
Going up
cool.
to the board.
Yeah, I don't.
I like the board.
No.
Oh, speaking of nostalgia, let's get back on the skates.
I
Oh,
agree.
Sonic, yeah,
I agree with that.
Start
That was the whole
rollerblading
thing.
again.
I think that
agree.
reminds me of every time I think of Sonic, I think of National Lampoon's Vacation when he new car, it and he drops everything.
I've never done the National Lampoons.
Oh my!
Actually,
I've
feel like
seen
that's
Van.
right up your
I've seen
alley.
Van Wilder.
What is
No.
National Lampoon?
the Griswolds.
What is that?
Do me a favor.
Yeah,
You just got done. That's it. You're done.
I got fired just now.
You're done. I can't do it anymore.
I'm done.
If you don't go home today, because I know you're not going to do anything else this afternoon.
I have a nap to take.
Well, on your nap, while you're napping, before you go on Hulu, whatever the hell you got, and look up National Lampoon's Vacation. Start with Vacation, and you're going to go to European Vacation,
Okay.
and you're going to do Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
Then you're going to do Las Vegas.
Okay. What is it?
It's funny.
It's a
a movie?
Comedy
Comedy.
movies, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Comedy.
There's Chevy Chase.
all-time dick bag.
He's maybe not the greatest person, reports say, but
He made me laugh. That's all I
That's
give
funny.
a shit. I don't need to meet him. I just need to laugh.
I can respect a fellow Latino though.
He is.
Yeah.
Chevy Chase is Latino?
Chevy.
No, he's not. No,
That's
not his real name.
It's a Latino. Oh, I guess not. Yeah.
stage name.
I mean, your name isn't really Wyatt.
Is it not?
Oh, it's Vasquez.
That's true.
Jose.
Jose Vasquez. That's me. That's awesome.
It's Jesus.
Jesus, yes. You got
See
the
Major League?
Yeah, I've seen Major League. Yeah.
Yes.
Major League is. That's why I wore 99 in baseball.
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
Because,
my bad.
Because you were too big to wear 8.
That's what it was.
No, it was actually 99. It actually.
You had to take up more room
I
on your
was 7.
jersey. It was like a.
Yeah,
that
the-
jersey
I was
did-
small back then.
You were
We saw the picture.
That was not. That was 11. That was 10 and 11. That was
Okay, but you
when I
still-
was 7, I was small. Well, relative. Like,
Yeah.
Relative to what? A baby elephant?
not small, but I was like, all right, we're getting a little out of hand here.
I'm just saying. Relative to what? I mean, so you mean to
No,
tell
like
me
I wasn't.
He comes
as
in here saying the girls are all over you. Now
Yeah.
he's bringing
But-
you back.
as a
I-
7-year-old,
I-
I wasn't like massive. Like I wasn't huge as a 7-year-old.
Okay, so from 7
to 12.
10, you just blew up? Like you stuck an air hose up your ass and it just...
I don't think I did that one, but yeah, I did blow
Oh,
up.
you know what happened? The Manda's spicy sausage dog.
They got to me.
Yeah.
They got to me.
So- Sodium.
Actually, your dad had Manda's spicy sausage the night he came home and
Probably.
he had you conceived.
He probably did. I hope so.
On, man, a dog.
They probably did. Yeah.
Oh, I've got some. Buddy would pay me in Manda sausage.
Yeah, shout out Buddy Sanjay.
That's awesome. I'd get paid Amanda sausage.
Oh, yeah.
What was the food in the suite last night?
Let's see, we had flatas. Very good.
Those are was it
Oh,
brisket?
very good.
Those were very good one.
Very good. I've never had them before. They said I've ordered them before, but I've never
They were in
tasted
there on
them. Very
Saturday.
good.
They were very
So
good.
Yeah,
it
they were
wasn't
really
there. Good. Grilled chicken sandwiches. I'd have been up your alley. You could have shredded a little bit. We had hot dogs.
Yes. What?
Let me think of what else we had. Might have been it.
Buffalo Trace. What?
Yeah.
Buffalo Trace.
Love to try it someday.
Tito's. What?
Well, you just always pick the wrong days.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm starting to believe the food in the suite doesn't exist. I think y'all are just fucking with me, and there's no food in the suite.
Listen, if I know you're coming, I'm going to double up the order.
Yeah,
I was coming yesterday.
How many hot dogs do you think you could eat in one city.
Me and Wyatt could.
We could.
do some
We
damage.
talked about this preseason. So there's
Yeah.
this thing baseball fans do. It's called the 999 challenge, and it's nine innings in a baseball game, and you do 1 beer and 1 hot dog for each
Per
inning.
inning.
So 9 beers and 9 hot dogs. I think I could do it.
No way. Hot dogs have too much sodium.
$20.
I'll bet you $100.
Oh, nice.
okay,
there you go.
$100.
Believe in yourself.
My 100
right.
to your 20.
There you go.
Okay, I'll absolutely do that.
When do you want to try this?
I'll do
I'll
it.
bring them today.
I'll do it today.
Well, no, 'cause
I
you
think
gotta
we should
I'll
do
do
that.
it-
We
I'll
should
do
do
it-
it
I'll
after
do
the
it this
baseball game.
weekend.
Next,
They're in Knoxville this week.
yeah.
No, but we might have a watch party.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I also am confident.
See,
that
but
I
he
can do
doesn't-
it, too.
Well, you can't do the beers though.
But I think if he has
But
9 Diet
yeah.
Cokes.
No, because that makes
Beer-
it easier
beer gets
for
you
him.
bloated.
Yeah. Well, so it'd have to be real Cokes? I'm trying to think of a. What if we do non-alcoholic in A's?
Non-alcoholic beers. O'Doul's.
Yeah.
We could, we could do
the
that
Heineken-
for
the
him.
Heineken double
Doyle
zero.
rules.
Yeah. I don't understand people that drink non-alcoholic beer. Beer, but first of all, doesn't taste good.
It's got to be recovering alcoholics.
Oh,
no?
yeah, sure, but
Scratching the itch.
But why would you drink a non-alcoholic beer? I don't.
beer
I
doesn't
don't-
taste that good.
That's what. Yeah, I don't drink. You don't drink it for the taste. You drink it to get
I
fucking.
do think it's people that are just scratching the itch. Like,
I-
they're
I
trying
would
to
think so,
not
too.
Drink alcohol, but they've done it for so long. They
Feels
want to have
real.
a beer. and
Yeah.
so they drink a beer. They just don't.
That would be so frustrating. It's basically you're just edging yourself. Like, oh, maybe this one will do it. Like, nope, still not gonna come.
If I drink 2040s, I gotta get something out of it, right? All right, let's think about this. So you drink non-alcoholic beer. You get the flavor of beer without the alcohol. You don't
Exactly.
get buzzed.
And you get the calories.
And you
Yeah.
makes you piss a bunch.
Yeah, it sounds like just a real.
That's not
taxing.
fun.
Pain.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to the bathroom.
And you're not drunk, so it's not even fun to piss.
Right.
I mean, you can't
quarter.
piss.
Yeah, like
It's a cup and a
no
quarter.
fun.
But I will say the struggle I think I would have with the 999 is holding myself to just
The inning.
1 per inning.
What do you mean?
There is no way you can eat
Hot
9
dog.
hot dogs.
Oh, I think
I
Noah.
did what?
No, I think you can do
So we
it.
did.
No, we have to
LSU
stick to the integrity of the game.
LSU
Really?
Tennessee watch party last year for women's basketball, and so since it was 4 quarters, him and Christian did 1 dog per quarter. I did 2, and so I ate 8 hot dogs in the span of that game.
Did you get sick?
I don't think he even really struggled. I couldn't get 4 down. I was like,
I tried to eat 2 last night, and I threw half of one away.
I
You should have thrown it down to us.
I
You didn't
I
want a
walk
half-eaten
up.
dog.
I
No,
walk
dude.
up every game. Order 2 hot dogs and a Diet Coke, and I usually sometimes I'll eat one
On the walk.
in the Champions Club before I take the seat, and then I'll eat the second one when I sit down.
So are we saying if I was to do it, I have to go per inning?
I think
inning.
that's the rule.
You can't
See,
overload it.
That does make it
You
harder
can't eat
because
3 in 1 inning and then hold
Yeah,
off
right,
the next
right.
two.
no,
That
because
would be
that
my
is my
strategy.
strategy. I'm knocking down 4 by the
I'm gonna
time the
front-
first inning's
I'm gonna
over.
front load. I'm gonna
No,
do
you can't do that.
See?
4 or 5
Okay.
dogs inning number 1, and then I can spread them out. But
Okay.
you can't.
Can't.
You have to
I
go
still
1
think I
per.
can do it.
I don't think
I
you
still
can.
think I can do it. The
You have to go
beers
1
are.
per.
That's gonna
I'll
kill
tell you what. That's easy.
No way.
The beers are easy.
No way.
The hot dog is the
All
challenge.
right, what size beer? 12-ounce beer?
12
Yeah,
ounce
12
beer.
ounce, just a can.
Okay.
Can of beer.
Because they do these challenges now, like they do it as a ballpark promotion, and they do like mini hot dogs and mini beers.
Yeah,
And
nope.
it's like, no, it's not.
no, that's
it's
A
not
real
baseball.
dog and a real can.
So what are you going to put on your hot dogs when you do that?
That's a good
I
question.
don't know. That is. I was thinking about it. That is interesting because I don't know. I think I would start off bareback. I'm thinking.
Okay.
This is
Right?
really
Yeah.
weird again.
You knew what I was talking about.
Yeah, I know, but it,
You're the one with the dirty mind. I'm
the
talking
listeners,
about.
the listeners.
I'm talking about shaboing boings.
A plain-
okay?
a plain
a
dog.
plain hot dog because I don't want to overload myself at first.
Of course.
Right? But then I think I'm at some point I'm going to get to a point where I'm still hungry, but I'm hungry for a different taste.
Right.
Right? I don't want to get used to it. So then I think I'll go maybe ketchup mayo or ketchup or just or whatever I decide to do.
So how do you eat? Like, if you're just sitting down eating like 2 hot dogs, what do you eat? What do you put on?
Mayo, chup.
What about you?
I go ketchup mustard.
I'm not a big mustard guy. I know
See,
mustard is
mustard
like.
guy. But the
I, see,
way-
I would try one.
I would
probably
go.
try
I would
one.
go similar strategy. I would go plain at first
Bareback.
because those are like it's like a job. Like
Right.
this isn't for enjoyment. This isn't for pleasure. I
just gonna
I have
eat
to
it.
get this done.
Yeah, and then dessert.
And
is-
then once you get through, the first 4 innings like that, then you start to
Treating
spice
yourself.
it up, and you go,
Right.
well, now I'm going to give myself some flavor with it. Mm-hmm. And then you close.
Are
it
we
out
doing
with
a
that.
watch party this weekend? Because I'll do it. I'll do it on Friday.
Probably not this weekend, but next weekend for Ole Miss. Because this weekend's Easter weekend.
But Friday at 4:30.
Good Friday.
Can't have meat on Fridays.
Oh crap!
Oh, you can do crawfish dogs,
Crawfish dogs.
fish dogs.
Great idea.
But we'll go Ole Miss weekend.
Take
Okay,
a
I'll
hot
do it.
dog bun, put 2 fish sticks in it.
There you
Oh
go.
my gosh, you and the fried fish sticks.
I'm just asking.
I'm not a big like. It's okay.
You sit here and you eat man the
loud.
dogs with peppers and
Onions.
and everything, and
What?
you can't eat
What?
a freaking fish stick.
I mean, I could.
I mean, when you
just
say
don't
those
want
two
to,
things
though.
back to back, that sausage dog sounds immensely better.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I like a fish steak.
And the fish
But-
fillet was not that good.
Take a fish fillet.
You did say I didn't get ketchup on it.
No, you didn't.
So
Yeah.
the ketchup, it was kind of dry.
Because they don't put
So,
enough tartar sauce on.
Yes, the tartar sauce was the best part. You get a little crunch in there.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
tartar sauce is good.
I like the bun. It's nice and
The bun is
smooth.
good.
I tell you what, very visually appealing.
Yeah, it looks
bun
nice. No, it looks
very
nice.
good.
But that's my problem with it. If the worst part of the sandwich is the patty of meat, there's not many things you can put on the sandwich that gonna make me like it.
What didn't you like about it?
It's
flaky.
bland. It just didn't taste
It's
like anything.
Eastern cod.
It didn't taste like anything.
Sure, it did.
No,
Tasted like
it
fish.
tasted like nothing. Like I didn't get much from it.
Making me hungry right now. Hey, you think the rest of that taco pizza is still good?
Is it still in the fridge?
Look at that one.
Look at that.
This is made it. This is what some people do, like make the fish fillet, but do it at home and make it better. So this is homemade. It does. That looks
That
delicious.
does look very good.
Yeah, I mean that looks fun.
The fry on the fish looks very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the fry on that patty.
See, did you see
It was
the
the
picture of the gas station fish that I sent?
No,
It's in the group chat.
I might. I don't know.
And Jason was like, "Yep, I'm in."
It does. The gas station fish does look good.
So Friday.
I'm not a gas station person. I got sick on that, and that.
Yeah, I made the gas station mistake as a 14-year-old spring break driver's ed class.
Oh no.
And so the building we were in, there was only to walk for lunch. There was only Subway or the gas station, and everybody went to Subway. And so by the time I got out there, it was like, I'm not going to make it back inside the 30 minutes. So I opted to go gas station instead of just getting snacks. I went roller dogs. I got 2 gas station hot dogs as a 14-year-old. I missed the second half of class.
I did that last week.
You get roller dogs?
I mean, I have before.
What's a roller dog?
Like, you know, at the gas station.
Oh,
where
it's
they're
on the
like
rollers.
spinning.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good idea in theory.
In theory.
But I don't trust the quality control over there that they're actually checking on those things.
No, if you
It
go to
could
a
be
gas
for a
station,
week
the
same
Hunt's
dog.
Pizza
Yeah,
is
no.
Hold on a
in the
second.
little box.
This dude loved Cajuns.
It's very good.
Gas station food is right up your alley, correct?
Yeah.
I got sick on a chicken salad sandwich from a gas station.
No, that you deserve
I don't
that.
like. Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
like
chicken salad?
I love
Yeah,
chicken
that's
salad.
crazy.
Well, no,
Chicken
that's not
salad
the
is delicious,
problem.
but gas station
Chicken salad is a
very
problem.
All right,
Yeah.
gas station sushi.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. There's certain things you don't get from a gas station for sure. Like if I ate a hot dog from a gas station and got sick, I'm not blaming the gas. Like that's on me.
That's on- yeah.
Like,
I mean, they call
it's
it-
the same thing with the lightning. I'm going into that knowing if I get sick, like it is what it is. I signed the waiver.
Yeah, they do call it the
Well, let
gas
me ask you
station.
this.
Yeah.
Do you eat a corn dog from a gas station?
I don't like corn dogs.
Me neither.
I don't
I
like-
tell you what, LSU has some good corn dogs.
I like
Really?
corn
The little mini corn dogs.
Yeah.
And then you dip them in like they give you like a sweet sauce to dip them in.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah.
I probably,
Do
I
they
probably
put
would
is
like
it
them
like
now.
the no stick?
Yeah.
No stick.
Yeah, that's
little
a
mini
fun
ones.
game.
Yeah, I don't like sticks.
Yeah.
Something about like
Well-
chicken on a stick, corn dog on a stick.
Well, the corn dog, where it gets ruined is you start liking it, and then whenever you get to like the middle of it, eventually you're like you forget, and then you get stick.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, it's kind of take away, like, it's no, why is this in here? It's like, I know why,
Why you here,
but
why you here, why you here?
yeah,
Wyatt, if
hot
I-
dog, not a problem, never
Wyatt,
happens.
If I ever buy a Major League Baseball team, I'm gonna let you do the menus.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That is-
That's honestly
that is a
like
great business
one of the nicest things anyone's ever said to me. That's
I really
awesome.
would
Fuck
because
yeah.
you know how to do ballpark food.
I appreciate you. I'll get you some mock-ups.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I
That
would
is
love
an
to.
excellent. That's a great business decision.
What city are we thinking?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But if you,
Not
if you had to
Montreal,
say,
not
if you had to
Minnesota.
say, because I would like to make it, tailored to
Yeah, you gotta
wherever
have
it
one.
is. Right, it's regional.
I mean, I don't know who's for sale.
exactly.
But I mean, if we did, I would of course like to have it in the South.
Okay.
So maybe like
What if you did it? I mean, I guess you
like
could.
the
Let's say you got to make a menu for LSU.
LSU.
Yeah.
Baseball.
Okay, the sausage dog is staying on there. We're gonna. I like what they're doing with the boudin.
You're right.
There's a lot of boudin in there on the
Do
menu.
they just sell links of boudin?
No,
I don't think so. But
They
had
should.
like
They
they had like
should.
a
They should do
Cajun
links
melt,
of
which is
boudin.
like a boudin sandwich.
Yep.
The boudin nachos were
Have you
really
ever tried
good.
the Cajun melt?
He tried to.
No, I tried. The
know,
thing
but
was
I didn't
off
know if
last
you
night.
tried
No,
it
I've never
before.
had one before.
Me neither.
I love boudin though. Another gas station phenomenon.
Yep.
See, I don't get it at a gas. Well,
I mean,
Carstner's in the gas
he knows.
station.
No one knows the best boudin, right?
Which one?
Jerry Lee's.
Oh, Jerry Lee's.
I gotta be honest with you. I
the
could probably
best.
eat 5 links at a time.
Really?
Oh yeah. I
Oh,
love
Jerry
that.
Lee's the best.
I drive all the way there just to go get.
Where
mine.
is it?
My grandfather lived 2 houses down from Jerry
Oh.
Lee's, and it was
Oh, it's on Greenville Springs
Max.
Road.
Max works at Jerry Lee's, younger brother.
So we should, to break the Lenten fast, maybe treat the office a little
100%.
Jerry Lee's.
I'll go get it.
Listen, I'll
Now,
listen.
do you prefer loose boudin or link?
Link?
100%, I agree.
What is loose
Because a lot of people now
Yeah, what
will
is loose
order
boudin?
loose boudin, so it's just the
stuffing.
filling, the stuffing.
It's not in the case.
in
Oh,
a link. You
what
just get
the
it because, like at Thanksgiving, a lot of
fucking
people will
jambalaya.
just
Oh, yeah.
scoop
Yeah,
some,
that's-
and so you'll just scoop it on your Thanksgiving
No.
plate and get it.
Oh,
loose.
that's
which
yeah.
I think is
No.
good for like a Thanksgiving
For an
event.
amateur.
Yeah, right.
But
It's a dirty
I
rice
will
now.
always
Jambalaya.
Yeah.
Always.
No, I'm
well,
serious. Like I've had it. Like they got Best Stop and all that. They got good boudin. Don't get me
Jerry
wrong.
Lee's elite.
Jerry Lee is.
I've never had it.
I would
I
tell
love
you
boudin.
right
That makes
now.
me
Boudin's
so
the
happy
best.
because
It
I've
would
been
probably be in my. It would probably be number 1 in my top 3.
Is it like-
Overall or just
Overall.
Louisiana foods? Really?
Overall.
Because I was gonna ask, where would boudin rank in like Louisiana foods?
It is.
The Jerry Lee's boudin is like pinnacle.
I've never had
It
Jerry
is
Lee's.
like
Amazing.
I'm telling you.
I love
Now
that
you're
you
getting me
said
hungry.
Jerry
It'll
Lee's. It's the
listen. They
best.
got good boudin. They got great crack on it.
Yep.
Take a
crack
link of boudin. Get a piece of regular fresh bunny bread
Yeah.
and a cup of coffee.
I don't like coffee.
Also at Jerry Lee's, they have these little things of beef jerky.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yep.
Hog head cheese. Have you ever had
Very
hog head
good.
cheese?
I have not.
So
Oh
good.
my
On a
God,
cracker.
you never-
Hog head cheese on a cracker is
I'm
delicious.
sure I would
see
like
hog
it.
head cheese sandwiches when I was little.
I'm gonna
From
go.
Dornax.
Dorgnax.
Hog head
Yes.
cheese from Dornax.
Yeah.
2 pieces of bunny bread, mayonnaise on both sides, hog head cheese.
That's awesome. I do love bunny bread.
Hunter Hall, is Jerry Lee related to Mary Lee's Donuts? No, but they're right next to each other.
Wow.
So you could get
They're sleeping
2
together
links.
on the side.
That's where the hole comes from in the donut.
There you go. There you go. They put the boudin in there. That's awesome.
I'm gonna go pick up a platter from Jerry Lee's and I'll have to bring it in.
I
Hell yeah.
love
Tell me
that.
what
Do you
day.
think Max could give a little discount? A little Tingle and
I mean,
Co.
I've got-
5-finger discount?
I've got a handful of connections to the Jerry Lee's is a central staple, and so like Jerry Lee, like I said, 2 houses down from my grandfather. We're very close with the family. One of my best friends from high school, his dad has worked at Jerry Lee's for like his whole life since he got back from the military. He's been there. So then my buddy started working at Jerry Lee's, him and his brother. So it's
I cannot believe you never had
It's the
Jerry
best.
Lee's boudin. Seriously, like that. I don't know. How long does it take you to get? How long would you think it would take you to get here? 20, 25 minutes?
yeah.
One
25,
way?
25.
Best. I'm telling you, worth every
It is.
ounce of gas, time. It is the best. When I go, I probably get like 6 or 8 pounds of it, and I'll live off of that.
It's
do it. I
is
fucking
delicious.
love
And I
some
love
boudin
it.
now.
You know, it's really good when you're fishing. Oh,
Interesting.
heat up a link of boudin. You gotta be on a boat with a microwave, but heat up a link of boudin. Oh, you put it
Sometimes
out
I'm
in
on a boat without a motor.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
put the boudin on the manifold.
You motorboat and son of a bitch.
Did it last
We
night?
did it last night. Yeah. When John Pearson hit the home run, I motorboated him.
All right, I gotta go. Yeah, you're making it.
There we go.
Way too weird.
So all right, Jerry Lee's platter coming soon.
Yes, love
Shout
it.
out.
Yes.
Do you like smoked or regular?
I don't know. They have it different.
They don't have smoked at Jerry Lee's,
Yeah,
but
I don't know what
Karchner's
they have.
Karchner's smoked is
elite.
But
Listen, have you ever tried Jerry?
No, but I'm shocked.
Listen.
That's why I'm
it's like
advocating
Taco
for it.
Pizza, it'll change your life.
Okay.
Okay.
It will change your
is.
life.
All right.
I'm telling you.
shout out to Jerry Lee.
Jerry
Shout out to
Lee.
the Duplantis family. Shout out to all of them.
Could you put boudin on a hot dog bun?
You could.
No, yeah, but that's.
But you shouldn't. You should just
Never.
eat it.
Don't
The reason why boudin's top 3 of my Louisiana foods is the simplicity and how easily
Yes.
accessible. It's the perfect lazy food.
I think I'd put it probably 2.
Yeah.
And it's handheld.
But they have the best. It's seasoned perfect.
I got it
Delicious.
because I'm a Karchner's man.
Yeah,
Okay, well
Jerry
now
Lee's
we
is
just
my
have to
number
try
one.
it. Like
Yeah,
I
I
need
know.
to try
Now
it.
I want it.
I pass it on the way home every day.
I love it.
Shit, man.
They are.
Bring me a
See
link.
ya.
Thank
See
you.
I pass it on the way home every day. I'm so glad he said Jerry Lee's. I didn't know if he
New? You're
Jerry
gonna put him
Lee-
on game?
He knows ball like that.
He does. Jerry Lee's
knows
is
ball like
elite.
that.
Shout out to the whole squad. Shout out
Yeah,
to
it sounds like
Kanji.
a possible sponsorship. Is what I heard.
Trust me, I've worked on the Jerry Lee's deal for a while. But shout out to the whole team. It is funny. Like Jerry Lee's
Meat stick of truth.
And I always told, I told Max, I was like, the second you're looking for a job, Jerry Lee's the place to go. It's run excellent, the whole deal, and that's where Max works. Max works at the Jerry Lee's.
Hell yeah.
What's he
man.
do?
He cuts the hog head cheese, and he'll pack some boudin. He'll clean the pots and the deal. I tell you what, that place is a factory. Like it is. It's not.
I
they've
feel
got
like I've
that
never
thing
heard of
running.
this place,
the best.
and it's such
it's just
like-
there. It's one location.
Yeah.
It's on Greenville Springs Road. It's next to the
It's
place
in
where
Central.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right
well,
on the-
okay. Yeah, of course I've never been
Right
there.
on the. It's right on the outskirts of Central. Like you're on Greenville Springs, leaving Central. It's right there.
Yeah.
There's professional alterations where I take to get my suits altered and stuff.
Of course.
They got donuts at Mary Lee's, and they got Jerry Lee's.
Oh,
All right.
And you can go get your boat engine worked on. They have an engine place right there. You can get
One-stop
your
shop.
motor done. I mean, it's a nice little strip.
Hell yeah, man.
Shout out Jerry Lee's, man. And literally grew up like my so we've all met Big Bill, my buddy
Yes,
Bill.
Big
So
Bill.
Billy's family lived here. My grandparents. Then there was Mr. Johnny and then Mr. Jerry Lee.
Wow.
Mr. Johnny had 3 horses. We rode those horses, and Mr. Jerry Lee had horses too back there. Central used to be a real redneck.
Yeah. When I met Billy, I was like, "Oh, this guy's from Central.
Yeah.
This guy's not from a big city.
Nope, that's
in the
all-
best
that's
way
Bill for
possible. Good guy. I did.
Yeah, Johnny,
drink
we're about
his,
to hit trivia.
his spit water.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. Very
Very gross.
Respect.
Hunter Hall. Everybody's they're getting they love the food chat.
100%.
Unfortunately for Hunter Hall, apparently it's our fault. My doctor told me this week my gut health is a disaster. Blame the 4 of y'all. And Sabe, he goes, "You're not the only one." Give some
I
extra
know y'all got
biscuits.
extra biscuits back there.
Oh yeah.
Come on, extra biscuits. Let's go. Let's trivia this thing for Johnny L. Celebrity mashup.
That's
Ooh,
Sean.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
She dipped
Is that,
beneath the lasers.
What's
And
what's
then-
his name? Is it 007? Is that who
Oh,
the
Daniel
actor is?
Craig?
Yeah, Daniel Craig.
I thought, for some reason, my brain goes to Fargo again, the TV show, the cop.
I don't know who that actor is. I know that's Catherine Zeta-Jones.
He's also in Sherlock Holmes, the series. He's the
I haven't
friend.
seen that.
Zeta.
Don't.
It is Daniel Craig.
Daniel
Shout out
Craig.
Daniel
Good job.
Craig.
Good job, Wyatt.
Oh, this is probably Daniel Craig.
Now, he's growing his hair out.
Yeah, it looks odd.
This is Benoit Blanc.
Yeah.
This is not James Bond. This is Benoit Blanc.
Well, you have my attention.
I do declare
Oh.
this crime committed in this here Catholic church. That is the third one. The third one was very good.
The
I
third
will
one
say.
is
I was
interesting.
nervous they were going to be very sacrilegious with it being in a church, and they were not. It was actually very respectful.
What
I
movie
appreciate
are we talking about?
it. Knives Out. Have you seen Knives Out? So there's 3 of them.
Oh, isn't
there's
that
Knives
the-
Out,
the
there's
murder
Glass
mystery?
Onion. Yeah.
Oh,
Elite.
Madeline Klein's in
She's
one
in the
of
second
them.
one, Glass
I
Onion.
need to watch that
Yep.
one. 'cause
Need to
I
watch
heard
all
she's-
3 of them. They're very good.
Benoit Blanc.
I love your imitation face. You make a face every time
He
you go
does.
to he goes.
I try getting into the character.
Yeah, you fully fall into the character. It's so funny. Oh my gosh.
What we have here is a mystery.
Shout out
Sorry,
Buddha.
upon us. Lions. No. They
No.
traded Jared Goff to the Lions.
This is the Titans, I think, if memory serves.
I mean, it sounds
I
right.
think it's the
Titans
Titans. It
suck.
could also be the Colts. No, because they had Andrew Luck. Right? No,
Is it the
this might have been
Jaguars?
right when
Texans,
No.
Jaguars, Titans, Colts.
the
It's
Jaguars were good. This was when they were. This
This
was
was when
prime
after they
Blake
had-
Bortles.
Prime Blake Bortles.
Yeah,
Legend. What do you do what's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning,
probably
Blake?
fucking piss.
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 The Titans.
Girl could not be more attractive. Just piss.
She couldn't be more attracted to him too.
Yeah, dude. It literally
She
it looks
was
like
like-
a perfect
she-
answer. It literally looks like a porno.
It does, and she's
It
like
literally
laying
looks
on
like a
the bed.
property sex video.
Yeah.
Like,
And he could not be less interested in her.
yeah, which is
He's
so
interested
hot.
in- Well,
Yeah,
like
that's
a
why
morning.
she got bored more. She got
Piss.
yeah,
Exactly.
She was just dripping.
Yeah.
College football.
What would you be doing if you were
College
playing
football?
football? Probably work construction, ripping
Yeah.
cigs,
Piss.
piss.
Like this here bed.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's real nice and comfy.
What does it feel like
Ole Miss.
when there's two people in it?
Ole Miss. Edo, baby.
Yeah. Get a Hummer.
They add an extra G to his name.
Orgagron.
Yeah, I was about to say Orgagron. Ole Miss.
He typed in Ed Orgeron.
He did.
He's so confused.
Ole Miss.
Former number 1 overall NBA team, this big man, active NBA player, is now the host of his own. This is Anthony Davis.
He has his own prank show.
does.
Yeah, his career.
I mean, he had a pretty fucking good NBA
Yeesh.
career.
Third best
Old
stand-up
street clothes.
ever by Rolling Stone. This comedian faced a landmark freedom of speech trial after one of his many obscenity arrests.
Louis C.K.
Like in 1964, maybe a little early.
It's probably
He was a comedian in
Carlin.
64.
George Carlin.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
I do.
My favorite old comedian is
Richard Pryor.
Rickle. Don Rickles.
Oh, nice.
My favorite.
That's an interesting choice.
I don't know why I felt like it, but it was one day. Lenny Bruce.
No.
It was one day, I think it was in high school, I found a bunch of Don Rickles videos, and I was like, this is
When you found him in the woods.
This is awesome. Snacks and candy. Wyatt?
Dude, we're getting a little fucking comfortable here.
Consisting of devil's food cake stuffed with peanut butter cream, which regional snack cake
It
brand
sounds awesome.
produces Funny Bones?
Yeah, it does sound good.
I've never heard of a Funny Bone.
I know.
Me either.
It's regional.
Not our region, sadly.
Or who would do this? Probably like Iowa.
Ohio.
It's a fat state. Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Peanut butter, again, just overrated.
Think so? You think so, Ron?
Oh, do you like that?
Oh, do you like that? You like that?
Johnny L. Drake's Cakes.
Drake's Cakes. I would like to look up a picture now.
Of Drake's Cakes?
Or he's cheeked up.
You're such an idiot, man.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Now I'm excited for some boudin and excited to do the 999 challenge because I've been wanting to do it.
I'd rather a Swiss cake roll.
Swiss cake roll. You like a Swiss cake roll? That's your go-to?
Really?
I just get now that I'm looking at this.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Let's
okay,
say-
what's your little Debbie go-to?
Unless it's this one.
I mean, growing up or like now?
Both.
As a kid, cosmic brownies
Yep.
I crushed.
Okay.
Like when I tell you I crushed. I kept a box of them
Under your
between my
bed.
wall and the bed
Interesting.
because I couldn't eat snacks in my mom would let me eat snacks in the room.
Right.
I was like, screw that. I'm gonna have this is a Drake's cake.
This looks
I'm
good.
gonna have
It
cosmic
looks like a
brownies at
Swiss
night.
roll. See, I was
And
always.
I threw Max on. That's how Max put on weight when he was in high school was because they're $3.50 a brownie.
And then
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
say-
yeah.
If you
no,
want to put
they're a
on
lot.
weight, 4 cosmic brownies a day
is your entire allotment of calories.
2,000 calories.
Yeah.
Will not keep the doctor away.
See, I go zebra cake.
Okay.
But then at Christmas time,
You go to the Christmas tree.
Christmas tree cakes,
cakes.
elite.
Holy fuck.
As I've gotten older, I'm just a straight up OCP guy.
Oatmeal
OCP.
cream pie.
Oatmeal cream pie. That's
Oh,
I think
that's my
Saban.
go-to.
I think I'm with you because zebra
I've never
cake,
had one.
Then, as a child, sugar.com. Very good. Cosmic brownie, same deal.
Yep.
And I
We'll
think
still eat a cosmic brownie.
Me too.
Yeah.
With milk. That probably tears you up.
Well, can you? And fun fact about a cosmic brownie: if you get the 12 pack versus like if you get the king size box versus just the skinny box or the thick box. They have one that's skinny and it's just a one line of cosmics.
Yeah,
They have a
I know
thick
what you're
one that goes
talking
two
about.
line of cosmics. In the skinny box, there's a line in the middle of the cosmic brownie.
Yeah.
Like when you look at it, in the big box, no line.
Wow, they just
Why?
they don't even care about you.
But I like the line. in
Me
the-
too.
Because you,
But
you break
in
it.
in the king size box, no line.
Interesting.
They don't
I didn't
expect you
know
to
that.
break it.
They're like, this guy's not breaking the brownies.
No.
Yeah.
Whoop, popping it
One
in.
bite.
And I think the reason that Cosmic Brownie has done so well is because it's what you get with like a lunch dessert, and
Right.
everything else is shit. And then you're like, oh, at least I got the Cosmic Brownie. And
Yeah,
then it
yeah,
becomes
yeah.
like a treat. And then it became, you can have this at your house.
Yeah.
It's like, I want a Cosmic Brownie. And then they put weed on them now.
Who's
You
doing
can
that?
like infuse them, like they have cosmic, like literal Cosmic Brownies. Perfect name.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, it is a good name.
But
I
now,
love a good
but to your
cosmic brownie.
point,
I'm an OCP guy now.
zebra cakes now they're too sweet. I couldn't even
Too rich.
yeah, exactly. Cosmic
bitch.
brownie teetering on too sweet. OCP. Never would have thought it as a child. I was always turning my nose up,
Perfect.
and now it is a delicious little
I'll
treat.
have to try one. I've never had one.
They're good.
I'll try.
But
one.
I will never turn out a little Debbie anything.
Yeah, I would marry Little Debbie.
But I think back in my prime, my prime. Everybody had the one friend, right? That had the pantry that was your parents don't care
Yeah.
about you at all. That was you,
That was my pantry.
or they care about you a lot.
Yeah. That,
Wait, are you
pantry
saying
was,
it's packed or there's nothing in there?
Oh, packed with all of the little
Oh,
Debbies.
okay.
that was
Like
my pantry
chips.
growing up. Was the one that was. Now I do love when Little Debbie will do the seasonal brownies with the frosting on top. Like if it's an Easter one, they'll go brownie with it's like an Easter egg design. Christmas,
Oh, I know
they'll
you're talking
go
about.
brownie in a Christmas tree shape with a little bit of green icing on top. Those
Oh, wow.
are
Whoa.
those are my favorite when like seasonal ones. That's what I'll do every time.
I wasn't crazy about those.
Shout out to Tyler O'Day, Miss Beth, Mama Beth.
There you
Always
go.
had the pantry stocked, and it was a field day for your boy because we had like none.
No, we didn't. We never had anything, which is crazy because we were all fat.
Yeah.
We would go out to eat all the time, but we never had anything in the pantry. Like we still don't to this day. Nothing in the
Nothing.
pantry.
We don't either. We have to. If you want fridge,
No,
you're gonna have to cook.
nothing.
But
in
the
fridge
ingredients
either.
are there.
Yeah, 100%. All right, let's close this thing out here.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
The 18.
Get a little comfortable, huh?
The 18.
Yeah, man.
Just really leaning into your new role.
Yeah, I might have made a mistake talking about my small dick because Charles is he's kind of laying off on the fat thing and he's going more towards the small pecker thing.
Yeah.
And I think I would rather be the fat guy.
Or you
to
could,
be honest.
or you could continue. Like this is because you're losing weight.
Yep.
You're no longer that fat.
That's
It's
true.
not that
I could
funny
look at it
anymore.
that
Spin
way.
that thing. Spin it. Spin it.
I
Spin
could
it.
look at it that way.
Fool's Gold reunited Matthew McConaughey with this actress as the co-lead. I mean, I would believe
Who was
Matthew McConaughey was in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days
Days.
with Kate Hudson. I would assume this is her. Also in the second Knives Out,
Kate Hudson or Matthew McConaughey?
Kate Hudson.
Interesting. Who is Kate Hudson? I definitely would know her if I saw her face.
It
I
is
can't-
her.
Yeah, you would. Yeah.
I can't think of
I
her
can
face.
see-
You would recognize her when you see her face.
I can see the cover of this film too. He's like
Oh,
getting,
can you?
yeah, getting dragged by his tie.
Ah.
I'm such. Oh, sing this one.
Do you have to let it linger?
I don't know this one.
I'm a fool for you.
I probably would know it if I listened to it.
He just did.
You got me wrapped around your finger. Do you have to? Do you have to let it linger?
Okay, I do
So,
kind of know
was
it.
the Cranberries? And then there was a recent cover that came out that got real popular. Oh, I'm such a fool for you. You got
Okay, yeah, I know
wrapped
Kate Hudson.
around your finger.
I'm familiar with her work.
Have to. All right, Linger. Close this thing out. Linger. Name the song. Linger.
No, but it's
That
not.
was the band, the
That was
Cranberries.
the band. Okay. Not a big cranberry guy.
I like
Myself.
cranberry.
This is the Cranberries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, everybody. We love you. Everybody, eat a little snack. Like that. There's a snack, a real treat.
A dime.
Peace.
Wore the shirts at the bar, and some guy was like,